Okay, finally getting started here. So, last time we were here, I tried to do this before, but tech issues all about. I couldn't get through it without my internet or something. Probably my software, to be honest, just crashing on me. So we're gonna try it again because, as anybody who's on YouTube anyway knows, our Lolcowlive has been edited down. Roughly an hour and a half, I think, has been taken out, but that's normal at this point. So we're just gonna watch it from the beginning and just comment on it as we go, I guess. But as we all know, just a recap for anybody who doesn't know. Good old boogster, the Boogerman, Boogie 2988, lied about having cancer. Has no sort of confirmation at all that he has it. But apparently 100%, 110,000% believes that he does have it, because apparently his doctor said that he may have it once. But there is no proof of that, so that's where we are. So let's go ahead and begin.
And gentlemen, welcome to the worst podcast on all of YouTube, Lolcowlive. Okay, I think everyone knows what's going on. I'm pretty sure everyone is aware. At this point, we're talking about millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views across YouTube, across Twitter, on Instagram, Snapchat, every platform. I seen a Rumble stream talking about this. Boogie faked cancer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I made my decision, but I really haven't made my decision because I need your help. I'm going to have to do a vote, and I'm going to take it slow, just so we're all on the same page, like page 5.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'm not going to do that again. But secondly, I don't get the idea of needing to do a poll or a vote again, seeing as the last time this was done, everybody basically agreed that Boogie shouldn't be on the show. I mean, faking cancer isn't really a light sort of thing, but what do I know? I don't run a podcast, I guess. But I mean, if everybody else said to get rid of him beforehand, I don't understand why we're doing the poll again. But it is what it is, I guess.
Gotta be on the same page here, all right? Because I want you to know where I'm coming from when I say what I'm about to say. And again, I'm not talking about the decision on whether or not to fire Boogie or not. I'm just talking about where I'm coming from and why this is so challenging for me to make a decision. Some of you might not know the history, but I think most of you do. But if you don't know the history, I wanted to create a new podcast, something that's never been done before. It's kind of like my thing. I do a lot of first, something that no one has ever done on the internet, if you know anything about my career and the things that I've done. And one of those things was this show, because I seen millions and millions of views on LOLCOWs, right? On the J stations, on the Wings Redemption, the Boogie, obviously, on the Dark Side Phil, on, I don't even know some of these other characters, but like these LOLCOWs that are around that people just hate watch them and troll watch them. Millions of views they get on other people's channels, They get clipped. People take those clips, they put them together, they do commentary, and they're just massively famous, viral people, right? But no one has taken the time to create a show with these fucking clowns. All right. I'm sitting there just for years like, well, why don't you take these certain people that everyone clowns on, put them on a fucking show with someone sensible that can confront them with facts and logic about the bullshit that's going on. And that's like going to be the greatest entertainment ever. So I had this idea to create Lolcowlive with DSP, Wings, and Boogie. But DSP is such a retard that it was like impossible to get him on board. Working with Wings and Boogie is I got to deal with Wings crying about fucking every little dollar that's being spent on the fucking project. Oh, I don't know if we can spend like $5 here for whatever. Shut up, Wings. You're getting fucking checks for thousands. Shut the fuck up. One of the worst things that Boogie has done to this show is, again, remember, you know the concept, right? These guys get into scandals and they're under fire and everyone's clowning on them, right? Let's take that and bring it to the show, right? One of my biggest gripes with Boogie is he be sitting there fighting with a YouTuber. One of these times he was fighting with Muta. Huge fight, right? And we were about to launch this. This was episode 1. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be great for Lolcowlive. No, the motherfucker went on Review Tech Boring USA with Muta and robbed all the content. The whole debate, right? I'm not saying it was fake. They were really fighting, but they did it on another fucking show. Do you know how hard it is to have this business sense and this sense of fucking entertainment, and you have fucking tards like Boogie that needs attention so bad that he's just giving the fucking whole debate and the whole thing to another show? Do you know how hard it is to deal with people like that? That's how we got this clip of Boogie crawling on the fucking ground and apologizing to me because I was furious. Now, I think everyone knows this story, but if you don't, Boogie recently did a crypto scam. How fucking insane is that? A crypto scam in 2024. I couldn't stop laughing. I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. I couldn't wait to talk about it on the show, but I was in the middle of planning my 4th of July party and doing all this other stuff. I was so busy. I didn't really get a chance to deal with that situation at all like I wanted to. In the middle of this, CoffeeZilla takes interest in the story and he starts making videos calling out Boogie. Calling out Boogie for his crypto scam. This is what CoffeeZilla does. And of course, Boogie knew that. Boogie watches CoffeeZilla's videos. Before he did the crypto scam, he even reached out to CoffeeZilla to see if it would be okay. Clearly just trying to manipulate CoffeeZilla. Boogie knew it was not okay. And he lied. He knew it right away. But here's Boogie sitting here with CoffeeZilla. Oh, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I thought I was just having a bunch of da-da-da. Shut up, Boogie, you fucking liar. So frustrating. And then when Boogie starts getting canceled by the entire fucking internet, all right, when everyone's raining absolute hell on him for this crypto scam, goes into the lies, goes into the manipulation, starts telling CoffeeZilla that he can't refund the $10,000 that he got for the crypto scam because he's making no money on Lolcowlive. A direct fucking lie. A direct lie. That really pissed me off. I'm the one cutting him checks. He's over here telling other fucking YouTubers that I don't pay him. Now you're making me look bad, motherfucker. So I was heated, did a stream here. Well, it's close to a week ago, right? And I hit Boogie with a surprise. I hit him with Destiny, who had a theory that Boogie was faking cancer. Now, when I did that, just for context, so everyone understands, when I did that, I thought Boogie would just show the paperwork and that would be the end of it. I had no idea that Boogie was actually faking cancer. But as you saw in that original stream, wouldn't provide the goddamn evidence. Wouldn't provide any evidence at all. I'm holding my medical records to myself. This is the one thing I'm keeping to myself. Motherfucker, guilty. Boogie goes to the doctor, finds out that he may have this cancer because of the elevated red blood cells. And before getting any fucking confirmation, because the guy loves to be a victim, runs to the fucking internet, makes a video, and tells people he has cancer. And now he's stuck. Because 2 years later, we still don't have a fucking confirmation. And now I knew that's what happened. I know him. And that is what happened. We found out in the last stream, if you haven't seen it, finally got it out of Boogie, which I promised I fucking would, that he does not have cancer in his portal, on his fucking charts. It is not there. It is not there. Now, he may be telling the truth that he's being treated for it and that his doctor thinks he has it. That may be the truth. And I do think that is the truth. But it hasn't been fucking confirmed. Hasn't been confirmed. If I was on any fucking podcast and somebody faked cancer, I have to cut ties with them. I am not going to fucking be doing business with you. I'm sorry. Bye. You evil piece of shit. But this is not a black and white situation. There's multiple different fucking factors. One of the factors is the whole point of this fucking show is to expose Wings and to expose Boogie. And that's exactly what took place. What happened on this show after beating Boogie, just beat him, just not letting him slip through. We got the fucking truth. And now he has to face the music. That's the point of the goddamn show. Boogie is mentally ill. He is. And I know right away when I say this, people are going to say, but he uses his mental illness to manipulate people. You're right. He does. He does. But he's still mentally ill. He actually is mentally ill. I'm going to bring Boogie on here, and we're going to have a little chat. I want to hear his side of events once again. I want to know if Boogie's actually going to be accountable for what happened. Is he going to come on, say sorry, and be like, look, I fucked up and da-da-da, and actually explain what really happened? Or is he going to come on here and be like, oh, I was being treated for it. All I know is my doctor said this. And is he going to fucking lie and try to manipulate us again? Or is he going to be real? That's important to me. So I'm going to give Boogie a chance to be real.
So I didn't interrupt any of that because that's just basically backstory. And from what I can tell from the original stream, he's basically pulled a Dragon Ball Z Kai. He's edited out all the filler, all the moments of silence and everything like that, which is totally fine by me. And it lets us get to the heart of the matter, as it were, pretty much in a quicker fashion. But yeah, that's basically the backstory of everything that's happened so far. And just the paraphrase, Boogie lied about cancer, got caught in the lie, tried to weasel his way out of it by doing the stereotypical Boogie 2988 thing. Woe is me, I'm a victim. Feel sorry for me. And then of course the whole crypto scam is honestly what kind of started this whole downfall, because of the fact that he tried to, well, not just tried, he did scam his audience out of $5,000. And after doing that, whenever people called him out, more importantly, whenever Mr. Mediker or Jim, whatever you want to call him, called him out on it, he provided a screenshot of Boogie actually being in his chat and saying, oh, well, the reason why I wanted the $5,000 was because I was paying for medical expenses for my cancer. So we now know, and I'm assuming are going to be continued to be told so, that that's just not the case. And good old Keem here is in a very peculiar position, because Keem is sympathetic to the idea that Boogie is just basically, you know, a mentally ill cretin, and that's the only reason why he's giving him the time of day and giving him a second chance, probably a third chance, maybe even a fourth chance by the time this is over, but who knows. Quite frankly, if it were me, and if it were a good majority of the people, I would imagine, if I had some sort of business and the representation that I had was lying about something as serious as a cancer diagnosis, I think it would just be over at that point. But obviously, Keemstar has this thing in mind where, you know, it's the LOLCOW podcast, Boogie is a LOLCOW, Wings is a LOLCOW. If both of them end up getting off of the show, you know, what happens then? It's not really the LOLCOW podcast anymore, right? Which is not necessarily true. I'm pretty sure you could easily find other quote-unquote LOLCOWs, but that's just my opinion. But we will see how this goes. Boogie's getting ready to come on. Let's see if he's changed his tune. I can almost guarantee he hasn't. And like I said, we have seen some of this before. The last stream that I did before tech issues destroyed it was we got up to the point that Destiny was just about to pop into the channel, but then like I said, tech issues. But we will get to that whenever we get to it.
Okay. Boogie!
Hi, Keem, how are you?
It's Judgment Day.
Yeah, I've done a lot of soul searching since the last episode. We've been making some changes here on the house, and I've been trying to think of different ways that I could show everybody how fucking sorry I am. Because this is not okay. Like I said last time, my dad died of lung cancer. My best friend, my childhood girlfriend, she died of breast cancer that turned into brain cancer. It's not something to jump the gun with, which is what I did, and it was a very stupid thing for me to do.
Well, let's slow down. Why does your set look completely different? What's that about?
Well, I mailed you a little something, and the room just didn't look right. And to be honest with you, all this Boogie 2 Night at 8 shit, I just couldn't look at it. So I took everything down. Once we took the first thing down, the rest of it went, and we put it in storage because I just don't want to see it, man.
Chat, can you hear him? Your mic's a little low for me. I don't know. Chat, is he good?
Sorry, I'm not talking like my normal entertainment self, so I'm probably a little quieter than usual. Apologize. Try to talk.
I think what's most important is, because you've told this story so many fucking times, I think what's most important is I shut up, right? I sit here dead silent and act like this is the YouTube video 2 years ago, and this time the facts, the truth. I think the audience deserves to know, you know, kind of like what was really happening 2 years ago. What should that YouTube video look like?
I'll make it as short and sweet as I can. I have several doctors. We took my blood test. We found elevated red blood cell counts, and then we looked for other markers. We found those markers. They determined that it was certainly polycythemia, potentially polycythemia vera, and they were going to treat me as if it was polycythemia vera. And that's what we've done for the last 2 years, with the plan to always eventually get this bone marrow test. But again, I never wanted to get it done because it's stupid. It's painful. My friend Marie, I was talking to her about it last night. She said she had it done. She literally asked me not to ever get it done. She's fighting cancer herself, and she says it's not worth it.
This is not a riff of manipulation. You're being real.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because the added thing, because
Marie's probably in the chat right now. You know,
when you manipulate or you lie, I notice it's like, yeah, my friend told me this, and it's the added stuff. Okay.
I'll send you a screenshot of that right now if you'd like to see it.
To be clear for the audience, what Boogie just said is that his video 2 years ago should have said, I have this disease. It may be the non-cancer type or the cancer type, but they're treating me for the cancer type. That's what the video should have been.
That's what the video exactly should have been.
There we go.
I was at the time at the understanding that it was most likely the case. And as time went on, I became aware that it might not be. And now we are at a point where he's concerned about what's causing the markers. So we have a colonoscopy planned. And we probably, if we don't find anything there, we're going to move on to the bone marrow thing unless there's something else that he wants to do. And we're just going to keep trying to bullseye whatever is going wrong. But I mean,
but you could still have the disease that's not cancer, right?
Yes, I certainly have at least that. That is a symptom. Polycythemia secondary is basically a symptom, and something has to be causing it. The things that can cause it are things like lack of oxygen or being extremely dehydrated when they take the blood.
That's not how I understand it. I understand it that one is cancer and one isn't cancer. What you just said is if you have the one that's not cancer, it means you have cancer somewhere else.
Well, polycythemia secondary is a symptom, right? Polycythemia vera is a diagnosis, is a cancer. And so at the very least, I have the symptom of polycythemia and something is causing it. And it is possible that it is the cancer.
And it is possible that you don't have cancer.
Right. It could be something else. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. Maybe my CPAP machine's not working. Hasn't been working for the last 2 years. That we've tried to roll all of that out. That's why we did the sleep study that you see in the documentary. Turns out I'm sleeping fine.
Do you understand the gravity of how bad this is?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm willing to bend over backwards. I don't, fuck the show. You kick me off of it, you have to. Obviously, I'm willing to bend over backwards to show everybody how fucked up this was. In fact, right now, and I have it queued up, ready to go, regardless of whether or not you kick me off of the show, I'm donating $1,000 basically to St. Jude's. I'm pulling that trigger right now as we speak, and I'll send you a receipt momentarily.
Here's another thing I made Boogie do is
So far from what we've heard, not really much has changed from what we're getting here. He still 100% thinks that he has this cancer when he doesn't. However, he has at least admitted to the fact that his doctor hasn't fully said polycythemia vera, or as I'm going to shorten it down, it's just PV. That's what would be on any sort of medical abbreviation as well. So you kind of keep it. Oh, you're fine, honey. Kind of keeping it short and sweet and simple, at least as best as I can. But from what we're hearing, it's all just seemingly the same old thing. This the only thing that he is right now currently admitting to is that his doctor didn't write down PV. He just mentioned polycythemia, and we can only assume that Boogie just went and ran with it. And so we shall see if this particular opinion changes, because Boogie's very quick about changing his opinion. He can literally change his opinion in minutes, if not seconds. So we'll see.
Made him mail me the play button. All right. So his 1 million sub play button is being sent to my house. And I don't know exactly the plan, but the initial thought in my head is that we'd auction it off. Whatever money we get for it goes to some type of cancer research. Because, I
would like to ask that it's St. Jude's. And the reason I'd like to ask that it's St. Jude's is because they do two things that are very important. And I've raised money for St. Jude's many times before. What they do there is they treat children with cancer for entirely free. So if you have cancer and you appeal to St. Jude's, they will most likely treat your child's cancer for free. They'll also board the family so that they can be near the child. It's out of Memphis, Tennessee. It's a wonderful charity. It's also a research hospital. So what they do is they try to beat cancer. They are the people looking for the cure for all different types of cancer. So when you give money to St. Jude's, you're doing two things. Number one, you're saving a child's life. And number two, you are helping beat cancer. So I'd like to request that.
People are really, really mad about the 1K. How do you justify the 1K?
Because that's what I have left. I don't know what else I should give. I can't give away money.
But you told Coffee that you had no money left, and now there's $1,000.
Well, I got paid by you, and no, I showed him receipts for $3,000. There was $2,000 left.
See, the story's already changing. Already changing. Oh, 1,000 is all I have left. Oh, well, the last time that we were here, you said that you had no money left. Oh, well, I got a receipt for 3,000, and then I had 2,000, and then 1,000 is all I had left, and I got paid by you, so I had some money left over. Yeah, so it's the same old song and dance.
But now I spent more of that.
Okay, so now that we're on this honesty tour,
yeah, and I'm gonna drop this on the LOLCOW Twitter right now.
all right,
Just so you see it.
in the DMs.
Yeah, in the group chat.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what other ways to bend over backwards. If there's things I can sell, I'd like to maybe consider. I considered live streaming, for the next month, every live stream I do, and try to do 3 a week, and just raise money for St. Jude's. But I don't think people would trust me enough to give, and I don't blame them.
No,
So-
you shouldn't be asking the public for money for anything, even for charity. That's why I told you to mail me the play button.
Exactly.
Do you understand how conflicted I am? Did you were obviously watching the stream. I told you to watch the stream. I'm pretty fucking conflicted. Because and that's why I was able to figure it out right away. Because I know you. You get into the fucking mental illness panic mode, and you do and say anything you possibly fucking can. Yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. I'm on the phone with Boogie, and we're talking about future test. And at one point, Boogie says, and I swear to God this happened, he goes, "I can't believe I'm praying I might have cancer."
Yeah.
Why do you want to be a fucking victim so bad? Like, that is so fucking insane. That came out of your mouth.
Because when we get these tests done, I deserve to have it up my ass. I deserve to have it in my fucking brain. I deserve to have fucking cancer the way my dad did, the way Danny did, the way my friend Marie, like everybody that's ever died of cancer, lost a loved one of cancer. I fucking deserve cancer.
Okay, so this is once more just another wonderful, fine example of our Boogerman proving that he is once again just being manipulative. Why would you wish for yourself to have cancer? Oh, well, because I deserve it for doing this. No, that's just another manipulative pity thing. That's all that is. He doesn't actually truly want cancer, nor do I even really think that he has it. And I know other people, once more, give Boogie the sympathy stick to allow him to beat himself with it, because that's what he would do anyway. And honestly think that he thinks that he has cancer, but in fact he doesn't. I see right through it. This is not him literally believing that he has cancer. It's just all a pity thing. That's it.
And
we're gonna do a vote based on whether or not Boogie should be fired from Lolcowlive, because I am, honest to God, not for entertainment, not for the stream, I am very, very, very conflicted. All right, I've lost loved ones that have died to cancer. I've lost friends. My friends have lost friends. My family members have lost family members. You in the audience know somebody that died of cancer. This is not something to play with. I cannot even think of a YouTuber that is known by millions of people and is as famous as you are. You may pull little views on YouTube. You might not be relevant, but you are fucking famous. You're known by millions and millions of people. I can't think of anyone with this type of, I don't know what the term is, notoriety or whatever, that has faked cancer. And I wish it was just that. Let me finish. I wish it was just that tagline, because then my decision would be easy. I'd be like, you're fucking gone. But we're dealing with someone who may have cancer, who wants to be a victim so bad, who went into this panic state. I know how you did this. And you instantly ran to the internet and said, oh my God, I fucking got this.
Like, even if, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that he 100% threw himself into like this weird state to where he 1,000% believed that not only does he have cancer, but that his doctor just flat out said, you have cancer. Let's say that that's the case, right? Even if he 120% believed this, and in his heart and mind and soul and whatever's left of the soul, believes that he has cancer, it's just not true. And I know it's a little bit of a spoiler for like way later on in this video, but I remember seeing a clip. I don't remember where it was. It was either on Twitter or it was on YouTube. It was one of the two. But I remember him having an argument with Destiny. And Destiny calls him out for the whole self-harm, suicidal shit. And the first thing that Boogie does is he shoves his expensive microphone stand away, stands up, yanks his shirt up, and starts jiggling his belly and going, "Oh, I don't self-harm. What do you call this? What do you call this, Destiny?" And it's not the same. It's not the fucking same. You're not going out and buying an expensive box of razor blades to fucking slice your arms and legs. Whatever the case, you're not going out and slicing up your arms and legs with razor blades or knives or whatever the case is. You're not trying to do like what old school priests used to do, and getting those big notched belts and tightening it around your thighs to the point that you can't fucking that you can't feel anything from where it's tightened down or anything like that. You're not flailing yourself. You're not flogging yourself. You're not making yourself actually hurt. Your form of quote-unquote self-harm is, oh, I ate a Big Mac today, and I'm a fat guy, therefore I hurt myself. It's dumb.
So I do want to add that when I launched that video, I turned monetization off, and it's always been off. Like Mudohar pointed out, I did earn $120, but you can't turn off people who use YouTube Premium. So I still got $120. But that's atypical of a video that gets 100,000 views, right? 100,000 views normally would get you $1,000 for a lot of people. And obviously I didn't get that.
No, guys, we're about to... Go ahead.
Secondly, I raised money with that video. There was a fundraiser with that video, and it raised money. Thirdly, I've never asked for money. People offered, and I said no.
No, you definitely financially benefited from cancer throughout your career. You don't say that you didn't, because you used it to get out of the CoffeeZilla thing. Even you saying that in a YouTube video means that someone felt bad and bought a T-shirt. Like you can't say that you didn't financially benefit from saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you full credit. I'm just saying that I had the wherewithal to know that I was never going to ask directly, and not put a charity bullshit fundraiser, pay for Boogie's cancer bullshit. I never wanted that. But you're right.
The shittiest thing about all this is you might actually have fucking cancer. On the stream before this, I did a poll, right? And I'm trying to remember the context of the poll, but it was like, should I fire Boogie if he doesn't come clean? Like, that was basically what the poll was last time. And you all said I should fire him if he doesn't come clean, and we got him to come clean, so he wasn't fired. Now, since that stream, I've seen in this chat tonight, I've seen it on fucking Reddit, I've seen it on Twitter, where people said, Why are you having a hard time to decide? We already did a poll and you already agreed to fire him. No. So stop manipulating. And also, with this poll that we're about to do, this is not the deciding factor. This is just going to help me make my decision. So I want to know where the audience is at. Do we kick Boogie the fuck out of here? Is he kicked off the show or is he staying on? I'm doing the poll right now. Should I fire Boogie? Your options are yes or no. Should I fire Boogie?
Now, once again, I don't really understand the whole point of doing a secondary poll to see if Boogie should be fired or not. Like, it's pretty obvious what the answer is. And from what we know and from what we saw, the moment of truth happened and he did agree to fire Boogie. There was just nothing else that could be done. And quite frankly, if he was, I think even Keem knows that if he was to have looked at the poll afterwards and saw that the majority of the audience wanted him to get rid of Boogie and the minority wanted him to stay, and he was to have just been like, you know what, no, Boogie's not fired, he's going to stay here, that would have been a even worse blow to Keem, because that would have been without a shadow of any doubt. He would have been protecting Boogie. But thankfully, that didn't happen, as we are no doubt about to see.
The poll has started.
Once I talked to Coffee and I realized like everybody's opinion of it going into it, I just thought it was a funny video.
I thought it didn't. You didn't hurt my feelings with it, but it was a stupid fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
So this is the final vote with 10,000 votes. 62% of the audience wants you gone, and 37% of the audience says that you should be able to keep your job.
Well, I appreciate all of those votes.
That kind of goes to show, even though this show is designed to hold you accountable, and that's what happened, still 60% say this is fucking.
I went way too far with this. It was a stupid snap decision. And
why didn't you say, I understand that you're having the mental illness thing and you're freaking out and you're rushing to the internet and you're making this fucking video and then you find out, oh, maybe it's not cancer. Why didn't you just make an update and be like, guys, I may not have cancer? Why didn't you do that? You knew you were going to get backlash, but at least you weren't living with this fucking I don't know shit.
No one will ever believe what I'm about to say, and it's a bad thing to say, but I'll be honest. I was living with the entire belief that I 100% had this cancer. I have always been a doomsayer. I have always been a catastrophizer, and in my mind, I'm like, this is exactly how it is. This is exactly how it is.
The sad thing is, I believe you because you fucking want to be a victim. You want to be. The world is out to get you. The sad thing is, I actually believe that. I actually do believe that, but it wasn't the fucking truth.
It's sadly very true. I mean, and again, like you said, I still believe that. Even right now, talking to you, I still believe that's the case because that's what my doctors are telling me. We have to treat this like it is the cancer because it most likely is. And I believe them. I believe them. I mean, can I make one request?
Go ahead. Make a whole final statement, whatever you want to do. Because I'm so fucking conflicted still. Go ahead.
If I get fired from this show, I fully understand. And I understand the position that I put Keem in. And more importantly, I understand the people that I've hurt because I've heard from so many of you. I'm not replying on Twitter right now, but I've been reading it, and I know how hard Mutahar is, and how upset so many people are. And my friends are upset. They're like, I know that you know.
And once again, we go back to the whole thing about Twitter. I'm going to completely deactivate and get rid of my Twitter and never come back to it. Now he's confirmed that he's back on Twitter, and he's looking at all the things that people are saying about him and whatnot. But according to him, he's not responding to anything, but he's reading all of it. And he sees that some ordinary gamers, Mudahar, is still really pissed off at him for faking cancer, which, I mean, anybody should. I don't think that there is a family out there that hasn't had someone in their family somewhere that has died of some sort of cancer. And anyone who's ever had to witness that, it's never a pretty sight. It's all, unless it's something that comes on really fast and they go really quick, it's a very long process. For example, not going to refer to any names, but my father-in-law died of cancer, and it wasn't just a very quick, he's here and then he's gone sort of thing. We ended up going and having essentially the final talk about it, because whenever his cancer finally did come back, he made the decision himself that he wanted to stop all the treatment and that he was just ready to go. And even then, being ready to go, it didn't take like a week and then he was gone. No, he was still here for a while. And it was to the point that not only was he just ready to go, and I just got confirmed literally just now that there was just no cure to what he had. It was just going to be over. He had B-cell lymphoma, and it was just there was just nothing anybody could do. So all treatment was stopped, and it took a few months, but then he was gone. But he had been fighting cancer for years. And from my own side of my family, I have had 2 aunts and a grandfather who all passed from cancer. My grandfather, his cancer was bad enough that he was, and I told this in the last stream, like I said, the last stream's gone, so his cancer was so bad that during his treatments he would wake up in the middle of the night and he would be sitting up in his hospital bed, and he would actually be hallucinating being at work. He would hallucinate walking in, talking to the foreman because he was a coal miner, and going and sitting at a table and taking the lid off of his thermos and pouring a cup of coffee and blowing on it and everything else. He went through the whole thing to the point that the only way to get him to stop his hallucination episode is that they just had to sedate him. So all of these things that has to do with cancer, of course people are going to be heavily pissed off. Of course people are going to essentially want their pound of flesh out of Boogie for this, and I don't blame them. And as you all have seen, we're getting ready to get to the point where Keem is going to talk about how the poll results are going to come in. He's going to reach his decision, and Boogie, of course, before that happens, is trying his whole manipulation thing where he's like, "Oh, this has hurt me. This has hurt my friends." He's got this like sorrowful voice, and he's trying to get everybody and their mother to feel bad for him, but it's just not going to work this time, bub.
This show has been very good for me. I've grown a lot as a person. I think you've seen that. I think the audience has seen that.
Yeah, you're way less manipulative. Even though you're still manipulative, you're way less than you were. Like, I mean, before this show, Boogie's on fucking YouTube. Hey guys, hey friends, I love you all, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's not even you. That is not you.
I mean, that's what you're seeing right now is pure unfiltered me. There's no acting. There's no entertainment. I'm just trying to be Steve. And
well, I mean, that sounded like acting, if I'm being honest. Like, well, I get it that you're sad and you're defeated.
It's not. That's why I took all the Boogie shit down, because I don't want to see it. because I don't want to be that person.
Guys,
anymore.
I don't want to get Muta on right now or anyone else on. I know there's a lot of requests to have Destiny on and all these people on and stuff. And like, yeah, like maybe we do that towards the end or something. But I want to just I want to just
I heard you mention that I'm going to read these.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you would like, I'll read those while you make your decision.
Actually that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Do you still have access to the channel?
I probably do. Let me see.
You should be able to get on the channel. There's a way to click to super chats. And then there's a way to see not this stream, but the donos from last stream that never got read. Let's do some of that for sure.
So now we got quite a bit of a skip, and there's a good reason why that was skipped, is because it's basically just Boogie struggling for a second to get onto the channel, and then getting to the actual donations from the previous stream and talking about them. Which, you know, it is what it is. But we're getting ready to get to what I called the moment of truth, where where the poll results came in. It was done. 10,000 people, I think, were put in their votes on what to do with Boogie. And now we're getting to the moment of truth where he's either gonna stay or go. So we get to hear once more what happens to Boogerman here.
I think I've made my decision. No, I like really have now. Like, let me get the decision out and then you read the super chats.
Okay.
Boogie, I think you understand how severe this is, right? But it's a very complex thing.
Of course.
You're fired. You have to be fired. You are fired. You are fired. You have to be kicked off this fucking show. This is crazy. This is so fucking bad. And I have sympathy for you. I actually do. And I know a lot of people don't. They want you dead. But I do, because I understand how complex this is. I truly do. But like, this is so fucking bad. I don't even have other words than just bad, 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 bad. And I know that you're not evil. I know you're just fucking, I don't even have a better word for this. You're retarded. You're retarded. Like,
that's the word. That's the word I use. So
you have to be fucking fired. I mean, this is not black and white. It's not like you fucking ran and did like a fucking I got cancer scam and ran a GoFundMe when you never had it. Like, it's not like you did something like that. We're not talking about fucking evil. All right.
Right.
We're talking about a retard. So I feel like even though you're fired and you're going to be gone for a while, you should have some type of pathway back. You should have to go through fucking hell, to be honest. Yeah. The play button, we'll sell that. We'll get it to charity. Reading these super chats is one. Here's another thing. This should be one of the punishments if you ever want to come back on this fucking show again. Not a fucking single drop of fucking Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew should ever touch your fucking lips again. It should never touch your lips again.
That's already a choice I already made.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay, see, this is what I don't...
Look at what I'm drinking tonight. I brought in 2 waters so that I would... Look, I'm doing it. That's something I've already done.
Okay. So, as we heard, he's fired. Great. Then Keem immediately goes into the whole, well, you should get a pathway back, and one of the conditions on you coming back is Mountain Dew and Diet Mountain Dew should never touch your lips again. And the first thing that Boogie does is he lifts up 2 metal thermoses, 2 metal cups, and is like, oh, well, that's a decision that I've already made. It's already been done. It's a decision that you've already made and it's already been done. For what reason? Nobody's even mentioned it up to this point, as far as we know. But that's a decision that you've already made, and You hold them both up and you're like, oh, I got water. There's water in these. Here's the problem with that. If you were to have held up like 2 actual water bottles, I think everybody would agree. He's got 2 waters. But the fact that you're holding up 2 metal cups that, you know, we obviously can't see through to see what the contents are, none of us are going to believe that. And Keem was immediately right to just be like, that's bullshit. Just shut the hell up. That's bullshit. You obviously haven't just automatically started drinking water after all this. It's bogus.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I feel like if anyone on the internet ever catches you with a fucking another Mountain Dew, like, you're not getting back. You're not getting back. Because that is so, like, that alone is so fucking dumb. That you may have fucking cancer and you're drinking that instead of water. And you're trying to lose weight with the health scares of... So those are just a few things I can think of my top of hell. The whole crawling on the floor for fucking Keemstar, like, think of that times like a million. Like, you should have to go through absolute hell to have any path back to this fucking show.
I mean, I'll crawl right now, and that's with me fired.
I don't want to see that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's just silly. That's just, no. I don't know, Boogie. Well, this is something that we're gonna have to think about. I'm gonna have to talk with Tommy, Wings. Our audience is going to have to give us like a bunch of suggestions. Like, we would have to see a way better fucking human in order for that path to come back actually fucking happen.
I agree. And this is something me and Desi have talked about quite a bit. And we're going to be making some changes. I will point.
Okay, I don't know if in the last time that I tried to do this stream, I mentioned this part, or if I had completely missed it, or whatever the case was. But the whole mentioning his suddenly just bringing up his girlfriend out of nowhere, that to me once more screams manipulative behavior. Oh, this is something that me and Desi have already went over. Me and Desi sat down and had a heart-to-heart. You don't even need to bring her up, to be fair. This thing that you're doing, this thing that you're being raked over the coals over, has 0 to do with them. The only thing that she and even your brother have got into a bit of hot water over is that they supported the lie. Both of them supported that they had seen it in your medical charts when it's not in your medical charts. And both of them have supported, oh, we talked to the doctor, when even you say the doctor never said cancer. That's where they get into the hot water as well. So that's the only reason they should ever be brought up until this point. You shouldn't bring them up at all.
Point out again, I will go down in history as having faked cancer, but I still very likely have that cancer, and me and my doctors are looking for it. And so for those of you who are wishing it on me, and I'm one of those people, with the colonoscopy, maybe we'll get some good news. Don't count me out yet.
Okay. Oh, well, just let you all know that even though I go down in history as someone who lied about cancer and faked cancer, you never know, it might still come up. They're still going to be looking for it. I'm getting a colonoscopy to look for colon cancer, and we're going to do this bone marrow thing. We're going to do more blood tests, and hopefully there's some good news, everybody, that everybody, including me, that wishes I get cancer, gets cancer. Okay. Can we see the pattern now? It's once again, we go back to that whole fucking sympathy farming thing. Where, you know what, it may just happen, guys. It may just happen. Yeah, you know exactly that's gonna be the immediate reaction if it does happen and it comes back that you do have some form of cancer, it's not going to be this whole thing of everybody falling to the ground and begging Boogie for forgiveness because we raked him over the coals over it. It's honestly just going to be everybody looking at each other and then back to you and going, well, I guess you reap what you sow, right? That's all that's going to happen.
Because there's still very much a real chance.
You're
that
literally right now, and this is so insane. But you're like hoping that you have cancer, just like when you told me on the phone. You are. That's like, what is fucking wrong with you? No, you hope.
I fucking deserve it.
No,
I fucking deserve
you hope that you don't have cancer, Boogie. You hope that you don't have it. That's what you hope for.
This has been I'm not suicide baiting or anything like that. I'm no longer suicidal, and I never will be again in this life, I don't think. But it's been very hard to live with this.
The Andy Kaufman stuff. Why were you always telling everyone that you're like Andy Kaufman?
Okay, on that note, I'm going to take a quick little 5-minute break, but we will be back. And we have returned, and we're going to continue going with this. Let's back it up a couple of seconds here.
It's been very hard to live with this.
The Andy Kaufman stuff. Why were you?
Yeah, before they talk about Andy Kaufman, he said there, "Oh, so this isn't suicide baiting. I don't think I'm going to be suicidal ever again in my life because of all that's happened, but this is really, really hard to get through, guys." Yeah, okay. Not suicide baiting at all? Okay, let's see how long that lasts.
Always telling everyone that you're like Andy Kaufman.
There are some stunts that I did to purposely irritate the internet because I thought it was funny. The crypto one and going into it was the plan.
And you would agree that Andy Kaufman's like a fucking genius, right? Like,
yes, and I'm an idiot. You know, I'm saying he inspired me, but I'm nothing like Andy Kaufman.
but you're definitely a fan of him, right?
Of course, love the guy, and of course he died of cancer.
He died of cancer. Like,
and so did my aunt, and so did my best friend, and so did my dad. You know, and that's why. Again, if I had not heard the words, "Steve, you have polycythemia vera," which is a form of cancer, from my doctor, I would have never said this.
oh God, this is just so avoidable. It's so avoidable.
Again, at the end, yeah. To be honest with you, I should have never talked about it to begin with. I should have kept something like this very private, at least until I got it fully concerned.
Why not just why didn't okay, again, maybe I don't remember the answer. I've asked this before, I'm going to ask it again. Why not just go to the internet at some point in that 2-year span and be like, my doctor's actually confused, like I may not have cancer, we're getting another test. Why not say that?
Because this is what would have happened, right? The internet is, most of the people that I've spoken to don't know that I most likely still have cancer, right? They just think I entirely made it up, entirely faked it. I've heard people saying I grifted, I put out like GoFundMes and stuff. None of that's true. None of that's true. The reality is my doctor told me I have cancer. Well, we need to do this test if we want to fully confirm it, but it's pointless to do it because we're going to treat it anyway.
Telling you you had it, or he thinks that's what it is.
In my memory, and again, I am.
But he doesn't put it on the portal? No.
That my back pain's not on the portal. Regular polycythemia is not on the portal. There's a bunch of things that are not on that portal that need to be.
I feel like Muta deserves to do a little victory lap. Don't you? He asked you about 1 million times and you lied to him.
Oh, my chronic back pain's not on the portal. This isn't on the portal either. There's other things that should be on my medical charts that aren't. That doesn't make sense to me, especially when the original lie that came out is that 3 different doctors all said the same thing and they don't update it. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. If it was one doctor and only one doctor, maybe. Not 3. That's the reason why it becomes so unbelievable, and that's why you fucked yourself whenever it came to that. It's just the way it is.
I tried to be pretty clear that I'm entirely certain that I have this cancer, but yeah, I'll say that when he gets here too. You know?
I do draw the line on the Mountain Dew. Someone in the chat said Keem draws the line on them. I do, because it's so fucking asinine. It's so fucking silly. You can't be like, guys, I have cancer, and then just doing the most unhealthy thing ever, only drinking soda. You can't do that. Muta, we're live, by the way, if you didn't know.
I mean, again, my doctor says I can have a couple a day, and I trust my doctor, but maybe I shouldn't. You know, I've prayed a lot in this last week, and it's not been helping. But I think if I do some good works, it might.
What do you mean you pray to? You're not religious.
Yeah, exactly. What does that got to do with anything? Oh, I've been praying a lot in this last week. Oh, someone who was confirmed and affirmed and saying several times in the past that they're not religious, that they don't have a religion, that they not that they find religion ridiculous, but they just don't associate with it. They don't have anything to do with it. suddenly they've been praying the last week, and it hasn't been doing any good. But hey, maybe if I do some good works, something will happen. You gotta be fucking kidding me on that one. You're going to be bringing God into this, and you're not sympathy baiting, right? Okay.
Yeah, I told you a year ago. I found God again. Me and God talk every day. I've told you this. I've said it on the show many times.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not exactly Christian. I don't really subscribe to any particular subset of religion, but I do know there's a God. I do know there's a creator, and I speak with him.
So stupid, Boogie. It's so,
maybe I need Jesus.
it's so dumb. I can't.
Neo Didact says this is why you dot your I's and cross your T's when making serious statements. Yes. Time to reach out to low tier God, Chris Chan, and DSP on new terms, on his own terms. Email. Thank you, Neo. Carmen Clark says, are there donos that are coming my in now going to Boogie in any way? I'm not sure what exactly.
He's wondering if donos go to Boogie. No.
Yeah. Mandy Roscoe says, Keem, if you want to keep Boogie, have him on the show the odd time. People are mad, but they're going
other
to want
two,
updates.
by the way, just for clarity, the other two streams before he was fired, technically, legally, like he's still going to get a cut of that, but not as of this moment. No. Yeah. Let me add Destiny now.
Yeah. I am buying an animal cancer puzzle from Medicare right now.
Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing? I heard you're having a fun week.
I always have fun weeks.
Good.
Oh, and now we got not the main event, but we got the second to main event, the semifinal. Good old Destiny has popped his way into here again, and if you're not on the internet chronically, then you may or may not know that this past week, not only has Boogie been proven, confirmed out of the way, to have been faking his cancer, but Destiny has also been essentially shitting on a firefighter who was at the Trump rally where Trump was had the assassination attempt, and he died because he put himself in front of his family, and one of the shots that was directed at Trump hit him and killed him. And he was protecting his wife and kid at the time. And Destiny has been going on a tirade for this past week, even went on Piers Morgan, of all people, and was trying to defend his comments by saying that what all the conservatives have been doing to Nancy Pelosi's husband was just as bad, if not worse. So what does it matter if he talks shit about a dead firefighter who went to a Trump rally? And, well, needless to say, the internet has collectively shat on him as well for that. So kind of interesting to have these two back-to-back in the same virtual room, as it were.
Say what you got to say to me, and then I got maybe a few things I would like to say to you.
Sure. What is the theme for this episode? What are we talking about, Keemstar?
Well, Boogie has finally admitted that he has no confirmation that he has cancer. Okay. The theme of this episode is, will Boogie get fired from the show? We decided he has to get fired. I mean, this is like pretty fucked up. We're trying to think of ways that he can earn his will back and punishments. He's giving the play button to me. It's already being mailed to my house. We're going to put out for auction. That money will go to charity. He bought a Medicare hat. Medicare actually has cancer.
No, I'm getting the puzzle.
He's not allowed. Well, get the hat, because we need to see you with that hat for sure.
Oh, okay.
And then also, what else did we talk about? Mountain Dew. He's never allowed to drink Mountain Dew again, because that is so fucking unhealthy. And one of the main risks of this disease is that he could have a stroke or heart attack. And he kept saying that and using that for manipulation. But here you are not doing anything about your weight. You're drinking Mountain Dew. So that was another thing.
Well, again, I only drink diet, and it's doctor approved. It's 0 calories, but it does have things that could lead like carcinogens and stuff in it. So that's why we've cut it out.
And he did donate $1,000.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
St.
Just to be
Jude.
clear, just to be clear, that was a lie. Whatever just said. No doctor is telling you don't drink Mountain Dew diet because it has carcinogens in it.
No.
Are you talking about like aspartame or whatever? Or
I didn't say that. My doctor has approved diet soda. He says it's fine. But because I've read research that says aspartame and all this other stuff, I don't want to complicate it further. I don't even need to be taking caffeine in, which is the whole reason I drank diet soda, was to have caffeine through the day. Why the fuck do I need caffeine? What the fuck am I doing in the day?
it truly was. The comment at the end of that CoffeeZilla video was like, "It's cancer. It always kills you." And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why would a person with cancer say that? There's so many people that are fighting against cancer, that are fighting against cancer, like every day in the United States and the world. That's such an unhinged, crazy thing to say. And that's what triggered me enough to start digging. Like, oh, okay, it's because he doesn't have cancer, which makes sense. But
so the crypto scam was your downfall.
Yep.
Not even, actually. It was just the comment at the end about the cancer. That's the thing that triggered the fuck out of me and made me start digging. That was the only thing that triggered me.
Well, I will be honest. My dad died of cancer. My best friend died of cancer. My aunt died of cancer. And Total Biscuit, who I was close with and did a show many times and played games with him, he died of cancer. And so in my experiences, cancer eventually comes back, and cancer eventually gets you. And you should still fight it.
Wait, what do you mean by comes back? What are we talking about?
Most people that go into remission eventually have reoccurrence. That's what happened to my friend Danny. She had breast cancer. They did
it super depends on the type of cancer, the age of the person, and the type of treatment you seek.
Right.
And even if it could come back, that was just never an attitude that you would want to give somebody that's fighting cancer. That's just a horrible thing to say, and a whole attitude to have. Like
we concluded that Boogie literally wants cancer. Like he likes to be a victim. Like online, he literally wants it.
I think I deserve it at this point. I genuinely do, and
It's so insane.
yeah, if it turns out that I have it, we are doing the colonoscopy still, and then we might end up doing the bone marrow test again.
Wait, what is the bone marrow test for?
To verify the polycythemia vera that I'm being treated for the last 2 years.
Wait,
Boogie. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
wait. Did your doctor tell you that you had to do that?
He suggested it, yes. He also said that it was unnecessary because it's invasive and expensive and difficult. He says not something I would want to go through. And since we're going to treat the polycythemia vera anyway, it's pointless. We're going to treat you as if you have it. And that's what we've done for the last 2 years. That's why we did the sleep study. That's why we've done everything we could to bring the red blood cell count down, because he's afraid that I have polycythemia vera.
When you kept saying increased like hormone or something over and over again. What were you talking about?
I think it's somebody mentioned it last time. I think it's the JAK2. There's JAK2 markers in my blood.
Okay, so nobody else caught it, but it's been running through my mind ever since he said it. We're going to do the bone marrow test again. I think he told on himself there, in all honesty. I think he told on himself, and he actually just doesn't, he just flat out doesn't have it. Because why would you do it again if you've already went through it? But the reasonings for taking the test continue to change. First, it was just completely unnecessary. The markers in your blood say that it's there, so it's unnecessary to do. Now it's completely unnecessary because it's painful, invasive, and expensive. And expensive has constantly been haggard on the entire time that the lie's been produced. And now once again we go back to it's because we're treating you for it anyway. There's really no need to go through it. Well, yeah, there is a need to go through it. There is a necessity to go through it. It's to guarantee that it's fucking there. Because if this was the definitive test, which he himself has said, yes, this is the definitive test to show that it's going to or not going to be there, why wouldn't you do that? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. he just wanted to continue to run with the lie, but unfortunately, because he keeps getting called out on it, and he did get called out on it, it's just over now. He can't. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's already out there. So,
which I guess is important for determining this. I don't know if it's high. I don't know if it's low. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, just as quick, because I'm here, so I don't know what you want me to say or what I'm necessarily here for. So everything you just said was a lie. Okay. The doctor is not doing a biopsy to confirm. Okay, that's not true. Okay, you can make a positive diagnosis of polycythemia vera if you have the JAK2 genetic marker. It's not a hormone; it's a genetic marker. But when you said that you had an elevation of a hormone, I don't think you were lying about that. I think you were being truthful. But what you didn't realize is the hormone that you were referring to is called erythropoietin, I think, or erythropoietin. But that hormone that's elevated is elevated because that's the hormone that's being produced that's telling your bone marrow to create more red blood cells because it's secondary polycythemia. You don't have JAK2. That wouldn't be a hormone. It wouldn't be a marker. It would be a gene test that you would do. You would know because you would pay specifically for genetic testing, and he would specifically test that gene. If you have that JAK2 marker plus an elevation in red blood cells, and you don't have an increased presence of that hormone in your blood, that would be enough to diagnose. You would never do a biopsy. You don't need to biopsy that.
Okay.
So wait.
I'm just telling you my understanding of it. I don't agree with anything Destiny just said, but I don't think that's important at this point. So.
Well, hold on. I just want to be clear. You're just lied about everything you just said. You're not doing a biopsy to confirm this cancer. You don't need a biopsy for it. If you had JAK2, that genetic marker, plus an elevation in red blood cells, and you don't have an elevation of the hormone, that's enough. That's just positive. That you have the cancer.
A simple Google search will show you that they used to do this biopsy, and we considered doing it because I wanted concrete proof. Yeah. Well, before Muda gets started on me, I did want to say, Destiny, I know that this affected you personally. And for that, I wanted to apologize. You know?
No, hold on, wait, real quick. It doesn't affect me personally. I've only known people that have cancer. I don't have it personally, so it doesn't affect me that personally. I know what you mean though. But also, secondly, I don't want an apology from you. I don't accept an apology from you. Okay. There is no redemption to be seen through me, and there is no virtue in apologizing to me. You can't tell a lie this bad and then run with it for 2 years and then get taken down kicking and screaming, and then at the very end try to apologize for some sort of like redemption or salvation. Whatever.
I'm not looking for redemption or salvation. I just. Genuinely.
Then I don't even need to hear it. You shouldn't be apologizing to anybody for this. You can publish one online. Yeah, you're saying it for yourself though, not for me. It's just more selfish behavior. You're not doing anything for me by apologizing about lying for 2 years for cancer. That's ridiculous.
Right.
What?
So, like I said in the last time that I was, this is like, there's just hard limits. This is one of them.
Yep.
Good one, Muda. Or Muda.
I still don't know.
Unfortunately, Muda, I think your internet's just too crappy in that hotel you're skipping around. Maybe just audio? Do you think audio would work? Just audio?
Yeah, let me just do that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's way better. That's actually way better. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't think I think there's just a limit. And the limit is like, I never lied about this. But like what was proven a day ago, like in that confession you had, is that you literally you said one day you saw something in your portal, didn't have it, and then fucking this whole situation has basically been you doing lie after lie after lie, and there's things that you don't lie about, and can't one of those you don't lie about. And it's
yeah, it was a very, very stupid thing for me to have done.
Muda, you've been involved in this a lot, like from the very beginning, kind of when this all unfolded. What does Boogie need to do now in this situation? He's well, we think he's come clean with the facts around the case. What does he have to do now? Like, what do you do in this situation?
I you know what? Honestly, I really think like there has to be like a financial apology. Like whatever money he's gotten out of this Lolcowlive probably should be put towards like research or
Muda,
paying back the victims of a scam.
Well, Muda, here's what we're doing so far. And
hold on, just real quick. Whatever Boogie says, it's absolutely not going to have anything to do with giving up money. Guarantee it. But go ahead.
It does actually.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
I just donated $1,000 to St. Jude's. Which hurts pretty tremendously. Destiny.
Did you give the wait? I'm curious. Did you show that receipt to Keemstar?
Yeah,
yes,
we did show it on screen.
Yes.
And to be fair to Boogie, $1,000 is like a lot of money to him.
Yeah, it's a
So that was
tremendous-
that was 1/10 of what he made in a scam.
True.
Supposedly, could have made more. We don't know yet.
Well, the
but-
rest of it is, the rest of it's been spent. I have mortgage. I have, I paid bills. I paid back bills and stuff. That said, I also gave up my most prized possession. He mailed it at my cost to Keemstar. It's $200 to mail it. It's my gold play button. It's irreplaceable. It's not the modern one.
We're
It's the old
gonna
one.
auction it off for a cancer charity or something. Boogie wants it to go to St. Jude's. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I think again, St. Jude's has been held accountable the most. I've raised money for St. Jude's in the past. I think it's a great charity. I've given money to St. Jude's very frequently. They're based out of Memphis. I like that they're in the South, but they also have been found. Destiny, check me on this because I could be wrong, but I've been told that they give almost 100% of the money that you give goes directly to treating children. They're not one of these people that like spends a lot of it on awareness or promotion or any of that bullshit.
Hold on, wait, just a quick thing. If you want to do this with other people, that's fine. I have no interest in the manipulator tactics. That whole like, check this, you can check this and verify this. And
No,
being
I'm
so
asking.
truthful.
I'm genuinely
sure,
asking
no,
you
you don't
if
need to
I'm
ask
wrong.
me. Hold on, you don't need to ask me to verify the authenticity of St. Jude's. I'm sure that information is publicly available. I'm not here to offer you any condolences or to make you feel better or to appease you by asking me nonsense questions like that in order to seek sympathy
It's
or
not a
assurance.
nonsense
That's absolutely not what
question. I'm saying I don't want to accidentally lie anymore. I'm just trying.
You,
to
wait, hold on. You didn't accidentally lie.
how did you
before.
accidentally
Wait, no,
lie?
stop. Hold on. You didn't accidentally lie before. You intentionally lied multiple times. You said you had
It
a
is-
confirmed cancer
it is
diagnosis. You lied
my-
about that.
it is-
You said
it
you were
is
looking
my
at Vera
understanding.
on the document. You lied about that. These were all confirmed lies.
It is.
okay?
It is my understanding that St. Jude's uses 100% of the money given. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, people will think it's a lie. So I'm just trying to be extra careful. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
fine.
No,
I'm
no,
just saying,
but
what you
we're
just said
backing up
before
to,
about
like, the-
accidentally
yeah.
lying, you weren't accidentally lying. You were. That's why it's called a lie. You can't accidentally lie. That's just called
Well,
being wrong.
in-
You
in-
intentionally lied before.
In the video, I was told by my doctor that I have polycythemia vera, and we're treating you for polycythemia vera.
He
And I-
might have uttered those words, maybe. He might. I know. I'm sure he said polycythemia, maybe. And he might have even said polycythemia vera. He never told you that you had cancer, though.
That's fair. That's true. I had to Google that.
Okay. Yes. Which is
Oh
what we
my
thought.
God.
That's what we thought in the beginning. He probably told you
Wait.
that you have an elevation, everything. You have polycythemia. You probably Googled that. You might have thought that he said vera. Maybe he fucked up and said vera, but he
said
never said
poly-
cancer. He never said cancer.
polycythemia vera many times, many times.
Oh my God!
This is
What?
And again. Once again. Well, in my memory, he said it. In the memory that I have in my noggin, he said it. He said all these things. In my memory, he said it. I am getting so tired of hearing that phrase. So tired.
What just happened? What just happened? Your doctor did not tell you you had cancer?
Correct.
Well-
That's why this was the very first question I asked when I came on your show 3 or 4 days ago, because I knew that he
Again,
never
my
said it.
doctor, my basal cell carcinoma got referred to as a carcinoma, right? They call it by the name of what it is. They don't break it down in layman's terms. My doctor never did. He just told me what he's treating me for. Polycythemia vera.
God, dude.
No, but if he's treating it for you, you have to be diagnosed. You were diagnosed for it. Now it's like secondary polycythemia. This is the problem with like lying about the situation too. Literally, okay, so you accidentally lie. How malicious does it seem? And everybody in this call will agree. Fucking 6 days ago, you're sitting there like, I'm looking at my portal. It says polycythemia vera. I screenshotted it, and I'm not going to send it to any of you guys. And then, like, literally 72 hours later, you're like, oh wow, it's just not there. This is not like an accidental lie. It is a very malicious lie.
Even in the confession, even once you're coming clean, you're still saying that your doctor told you had cancer. And the tweet that you put out after you confessed to be lying about this and you had no confirmation, my doctor is telling me I have cancer. Now, just now, we're finding out your
polycythemia vera is a cancer.
No. That's manipulation
is a
right
cancer.
there. You keep saying that your doctor said the word cancer, and that we just found out now he didn't even do that.
I mean, he didn't say you have cancer. He said you have polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer.
Oh God.
Just to be clear, I would be shocked. I also don't think it's true. I would be shocked if a doctor would tell you in technical terms about a particular cancer and not tell you that it's cancer, and then let a patient just go home and discover on their own, oh, fuck, I have cancer. You didn't even tell me. That sounds wild.
Okay.
to be clear, for terms of what is reality, so this is something else too. This is an important question, because I think there should be consequence to this. Did you tweet from your brother's account, or does your brother deserve to have his reputation smeared? Because he staked his reputation on your diagnosis that you're telling us now that you never got.
Like my brother said, he has seen medical records that says they are treating me for this, and he's seen
so your brother should have, what is his, because his reputation at least should be known that it should be smeared. His reputation should be tarnished, because you traded on his reputation to validate this cancer diagnosis.
He validated that in my medical records they said they were treating me for this.
Okay, but the treatment doesn't matter, because draining blood or whatever, that could be just for an increase in red blood cells, right? You could just have more blood because of the other issues for secondary polycythemia.
There are separate codes for polycythemia and polycythemia vera. There's different codes.
What's a unique treatment right now that you're taking for polycythemia vera that wouldn't apply to secondary polycythemia?
I don't know.
You're the one that said that you had to pay for all the medications. Didn't you say the cancer treatment was expensive? Well, what is the cancer treatment that you're paying for? What's the unique expensive cancer treatment?
We are doing monthly blood tests, which is expensive.
Blood tests is I do monthly blood tests for STD testing. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
blood tests are for anything. What do you mean?
Cancer check.
I don't know. They're $70 a pop.
I do blood tests as well. I mean, that's a pretty common.
Okay, so this is so I'm just to be clear, that was another lie. Okay, hold on. I just want to say for people, just for people that.
It's all breaking down already. I mean, we got almost an hour in, and it's finally breaking down that he's coming clean, and he's saying, my doctor never said cancer. Then he turns right around and says, oh no, he said polycythemia vera multiple times. He mentioned it multiple times. He said it's a form of cancer. But I can agree with the rest of, we'll just call it the panel, I guess, the rest of the room, that if he didn't say cancer, why would he tell you polycythemia vera over and over again? Never mention cancer. Only for you to go home and Google it later and figure out, oh shit, it is cancer. Like, anybody who goes to any doctor, if any doctor tells you that you have some form of cancer, and they don't just outright say, yeah, you have cancer, it's something you need to know. So what in the hell are we even talking about at this point? And yeah, and just like what my wonderful wife over here just added, even if they don't tell you, yeah, it's cancer, it's going to end up in your chart. And once again, if we go back to the lie of, well, this doctor just didn't put it in the chart, much like he doesn't put other things in my chart, then that is a problem, because the first time that you mentioned it, whenever you were confronted about it, wasn't that just this doctor that you have seen has said it, but three in total. And what one doctor will fuck up, you would think that the other two would come back and correct. But apparently, I guess because of the fact that he's going to visit people in Arkansas, that's the reason why this is just not working. Like maybe just all of the medical practice down in Arkansas just fucking flamboyantly sucks. I don't know. Something's going on there. But once again, we're finally getting what feels like the truth. But the fact is that we're at the point where nothing that can be said about Boogie can be corroborated as the truth. It's just all going to be a lie. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. I'm trying my damnedest to get through this weird fog, and it's very hard. So, anyways, let's just continue on.
Listening, because this is such common.
I do monthly blood tests specifically for this.
You're such a you're a horrible human being. Okay, you're a horrible person.
Fuck yourself.
No, you're a bad person. Of cancer treatment.
We are doing monthly blood tests, which is expensive.
Blood test is I do monthly blood tests for STD
Blood
testing.
test
What are you
wouldn't
talking
be
about?
for-
Your
yeah,
blood
a
tests
blood
are for
test wouldn't
anything.
be
What do you
for
mean?
cancer check.
I don't know. They're $70 a pop.
I do blood tests as well. I mean, that's a pretty common.
Okay, so this
you
is
do
so,
what?
so I'm just to be clear, that was another lie. Okay, hold on. I just want to say
What's
for
the
people,
lie?
hold on, just for people that's
What's the
listening, because
lie?
this is such
I
common.
do monthly blood tests specifically
you're
for
lying.
this.
You're just
What's
you're
the lie?
such a you're a horrible
What's
human
the
being.
lie?
Okay, you're a horrible person.
Fuck yourself.
No, you're a bad
I'm
person.
sorry-
You're a
I'm sorry I'm
horrible,
not a
abusive,
fucking fireman in a
manipulative
goddamn
person.
Trump office. Okay, I'm sorry that I didn't make the choice of fucking. No, I'm
Boogie,
sorry.
it would
No,
take-
let me fucking
Boogie, you
finish.
get
would take-
so mad like
You
this.
fucking
Yep,
smear
keep
me.
going.
I
Keep
fucking
going.
smear you.
Keep going.
You mocked a
Yeah,
man.
you can smear me. I did. Listen,
No, you
and
listen, you
20
listen,
volunteer
you listen,
firemen wouldn't be
you
able to put out the
listen,
fire that
you
is your
listen. I
life
might
right
be
now,
a piece
Boogie.
of shit. You listen. I might be a piece of shit. My
Yeah,
dad,
tell
who
me.
died of cancer, also was a fucking volunteer fireman, by the way. Okay, and this man was, I believe, a father. I believe was a husband, and he was only exercising his American fucking right to support.
Why are you deflecting to this?
I'm
Why
not
do you just?
deflecting, because
Why
this
are you just
motherfucker smeared
deflecting
me.
to something
This
else
motherfucker
entirely
smeared
here?
me,
Yeah, you
and I'm
are.
going to
You
remind
can't even
the fucking
address
audience
anything.
what this piece of shit does. What this piece of shit uses his platform to do. This piece of
Okay.
shit
Thank you.
uses
You know
his
what? You know what?
platform
I find what
smear.
Destiny said inflammatory,
smear.
but this is a clear deflection. Yeah. What does that do?
Okay,
what does
then anyway,
how does
hold on,
that-
wait.
yeah,
So
what does that
listen,
do?
if Boogie wants to shut him, if Boogie wants to shut him,
I
that's
gave him
fine.
20 fucking minutes. I gave him 20 minutes of shitting on me. 20 fucking minutes. I
Wait,
get
can I have
five.
one more minute? I just
I
want one
get
more minute.
five.
I just want one
I
more
get
minute, and then
five.
you can do whatever you want. Okay. Listen,
No,
I'm just saying
let
that
me finish. Let me have my
very common manipulator tactic is to, when you get completely backed into a corner on something, you lie until you can no longer lie anymore. Then once you've been caught, then
Oh, cool.
comes the
Well,
victimization.
then go ahead.
You
Well,
throw
then go
yourself
ahead.
under the
Well, then
bus.
go ahead.
I did lie. It was so
Everybody
horrible.
knows
I'm so
the kind of
sorry.
person you are.
However,
Everybody knows the kind of person you are. So I don't need
however,
to say it anyway.
if
Everybody
you
watching this knows
Yep.
that you mocked
Everybody
a dead
knows.
fireman
I
who
did, yep.
exercised his political right. I don't need to fucking
True.
say.
And I'm
Everybody
exercising
knows
my
the type of
political
person
right. I can do that as well.
Yeah.
God bless. God bless America.
I
God bless this country.
value Muda's opinion here. I throw yours in the fucking trash. I don't give a fuck what you think.
That's fine, but I'm the one that blew
I
your
told
whole
him-
fake
I
cancer
told
bullshit
him-
up. So apparently
told
my
him-
opinion is the one that matters at the end of the day here,
Yeah,
Boogie.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Don't worry. Maybe I'll still catch a bullet. I might vote for Trump. Maybe I'll still.
Or maybe you'll shoot at another
Maybe I'll
YouTuber
catch a
that'll show up at your
fucking
house. You know, who knows? Maybe someone in your neighborhood will catch a bullet if the wrong person shows up and starts bullying you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, you threaten my life and stand on my property, you will get shot.
I don't even know where the fuck we are anymore. So let's backtrack a little bit. So everybody very quickly catches on to the snowstorm of lies that was thrown. Then they call him out on the snowstorm of lies, only for him to immediately start deflecting and talking about Destiny's rather inflammatory and heartless opinions that he had about this fireman. All right, I will say that what he said about the fireman is definitely beyond the pale, and he should be boiled in the street for it. But unfortunately, in this particular case of what he's talking about with you, he's right. He's calling you out on the exact shit that you do. You are going into the classic Boogie 2988 manipulation form, which is you throw all these lies at someone, and whenever they don't buy any of them, you start going into your little sympathy blanket. Oh, woe is me, feel bad for me, I'm talking in a low voice today, I feel so defeated and sad, and blah, 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 when in actuality, you don't feel any of that shit. And then just as soon as nobody's buying any of that, your last one is to look at what the other person is doing and just be like, hey guys, look over there. Look over there. That over there is more important than what I did. It's not. It's 100% not. You're both bad people, but in this particular instance, you're worse. And everybody easily points that out. And what I find interesting, and I'm hoping that everybody caught that, is he says right now, I value Muda's opinion over yours, Destiny. I would throw your opinion in the garbage. You vehemently, for whatever reason, do not like Muda. Like, you have stated multiple times, including in the last stream that you did with this, and Muda came in, you basically just said you hate him, you don't like him. You like what he does on YouTube, apparently. You like his content enough to watch it, but you don't like him as a person, which is strange. In the fact that he as a person has not done anything that I'm aware of anyway that would result in that disheartened unlikableness that you have. And then we move on from that to, if you're willing to make fun of a firefighter who got shot at a Trump rally, maybe I'll go to a Trump rally and catch a bullet. Totally irrelevant, but, whatever. And then you mentioned that, if you come on my property threatening me, you will get shot. I do have a gun. Thanks, Boogie. Thanks for pointing that out, seeing as, you went through a whole entire court process because you shot a gun above a dude's head, and you do realize, at least I hope you do now, that if you fire a gun into the air, the bullet doesn't just disappear into the ether. It goes somewhere. It comes down eventually, and who knows where that could have come down on, and someone could have been hurt. And I'm pretty sure that's what they raked you over the coals for that particular incident. But now you're basically threatening to do the same fucking thing again, which means you just don't learn. Like Keemstar said earlier, and apparently you agree with, you're just dumb. You even agreed that you're retarded. Maybe you are. I don't know. You're really proving that you might be something along those lines.
Anyway,
what does that have to do with anything related to this?
He's deflecting.
He brought it up. He brought it up.
Deflecting. I'm just saying you can't.
He's the one who brought it up. I don't know. He's the one who brought it up.
So these are lies that he doesn't want to confront yet. These are lies that he doesn't want to confront yet. You're lying about all the other stuff you're saying too, and I just caught you in it. You probably lie about almost everything. If we would have a long enough conversation, I could probably.
I'm not even fat. Look at me. I'm not even fat. Everything I say is a lie. Go ahead. Tell me everything I say is a lie. Go right ahead. I'm not even fat.
Okay.
You got 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes, Destiny. I get 5. Okay? Look, what I did was fucking horrible. 110%. I rushed to the fucking internet to play victim because I was told I have polycythemia vera, which was a form of cancer. And later, my doctor treated me for it, but he told me until we get a test to know for sure, we're going to treat you as if you have it. And I rushed to judgment because I wanted to play the victim. I wanted the fucking attention. It was 2 years ago. It was a shitty thing to fucking do. I did it. I'm a piece of shit. But there can be 2 pieces of shit here. And there are. And that's all I'm saying.
Okay. No one's denying that. I'll gladly play the villain or be the villain. All I'm saying is that all the other stuff, you've been confronted on this lie, and if you spend enough time in a room, I can unravel your whole life, okay? Because you lie very poorly.
You are
okay,
the worst manipulators I've ever met. I've seen I've never really watched you before this, but I've watched you since this bullshit. I've seen you try to fucking deflect. I've seen you try to manipulate. You're everything that you see in me. You're everything that you see in me. You are a piece of human garbage, man. Piers Morgan's right. And what I want to say is, number one, I'm really sorry that I did the thing I did. I'm fucking sorry.
That's
and
fine.
I'm going to do
sorry.
everything I can to make up for it.
You're not sorry because you're still lying.
Again, I'm not even
you're still
fat.
lying, Boogie. You're still lying, Boogie.
Nothing I say
about you being fat.
Everything I say is fat, right? I'm not even fat. I'm not even human. I used to say my name is Steven. Oh shit, my name's not even Steven. Everything I say is a lie. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go
so
fuck
you're still lying.
Bro, this is how are we getting so high and mighty lying about cancer and then playing this moral lie around? Like
I'm
one person in this call lied about the cancer they
Like I
had.
said, Muda, there can be two pieces of shit. There can be 2 pieces of shit, and there is.
Okay.
There is. I'm not saying I'm better than Destiny.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm worse than Destiny. I'm just saying he's human garbage. That's it.
So once, as a manipulator, once you've been caught with a lie, you can no longer
Tell me how you manipulate. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Once
you've been caught with a lie, you can't further anymore. Then eventually, what you have to do is you have to own the lie, and you have to validate the person attacking you as much as possible while seeking assurance on everything in the peripheral, right? So it's like, okay, fine, you caught me on this. You throw yourself under the bus, victimize yourself as much as possible. Can I finish a single sentence?
No, you can't. I want to say, listening to you talk, Is like you are one of the nerds I would have thrown out of a Magic the
Star,
Gathering
can I
tournament
get?
back in the
I just need like 1 minute to explain it. And
You
he
had
can keep
20.
rambling.
You
He's
had
trying
20
to.
minutes. You had 20.
I will
just
play. I'm going to play moderator just
Okay,
so
sure,
we
that's
can get
fine.
a little back and forth. We'll let Destiny go first because he was in the middle of talking. Go ahead.
No.
Sure. So Boogie is saying that he's owning up to everything. He's not. He's just owning up to the things that he absolutely cannot defend anymore because the evidence is overwhelming. However, while he is like throwing himself under the bus there and asking for, you know, like, I want to apologize. I did a bad thing. I really did. He's still lying about every single thing in the peripheral. For instance, his brother tweeted out and staked his reputation. Not that you were being treated for polycythemia vera. He said that he wanted to confirm your diagnosis.
Okay.
And he said that you suffered with a debilitating
talking
condition
about
for at
what
least 2
you said
years.
on
Wait.
the
You
show.
said, so hold on.
And
So
it
there's two
is.
things.
It
So there's
is.
two things. So
Boogie,
there's two
wait.
things. So there's two things. He said that he confirmed the diagnosis, not the treatment, and he called the condition debilitating. So then I ask you, okay, you've got a debilitating condition. What
Yes.
treatments are you taking for that? And you said
I started
blood
with
tests
blood
every
and
month.
You fucking interrupted me.
I didn't interrupt. Muda here
You
heard
did.
me. Nobody interrupt. You said
Nobody
blood tests. We're like, wait, what else? Just
I get
you
blood
said
tests
I don't know.
every month
Boogie,
for
wait.
STDs.
Boogie,
How
wait.
much are you
Wait.
getting?
Boogie,
How much
wait.
pussy
What
are
are-
you getting?
Just wait.
Okay. Okay. So now we got a pseudo debate going on. Awesome. Yeah, I mean it's really speaking for itself so far that I don't really need to say much. I mean, in all honesty, both Destiny and Muda are kind of raking him very hard over the coals, and it's honestly enjoyable. So I'm just going to let that continue on for now, and whenever I do finally need to butt in, I will.
What other treatments then? What other treatments are you taking for this debilitating condition?
Go ahead, Boogie.
I'm on medications, including a blood thinner, including a heart pill, and these are things that we're doing to make sure that I stay alive while my fucking red blood cell count is through the roof.
These aren't cancer treatments. These are probably treatments that you always. We can see all of the medical conditions listed in that documentary that you did.
Yes.
Let me interrupt for a
not all.
second because I'm confused. At one point earlier, you said that your doctor said you had this thing. You Googled it,
Yes.
and then you said to yourself, "Oh, I have cancer. Let me finish." And then you rushed to make the YouTube video. Is that how it played out?
So here's how it played out. Because I didn't talk to my primary doctor first. I talked to my sleep doctor. So my sleep doctor does a phone visit, and he's like, so you want to treat the polycythemia vera, and that's why we're doing this, correct? And I'm like, the what now? He goes, polycythemia vera. He was very clear about the vera part. And I'm like, I guess because I had not talked to my primary doctor yet. And I said this 2 live streams ago.
Wait. You called a doctor and he asked you what you wanted to treat? A doctor that you had a referral
We
to?
had a phone visit, and he's like, he was confirming the polycythemia vera. I don't know why. I don't
Wait.
know why.
Hold on.
any
No.
doctor
You
would do.
have medical records. He's not going to ask a patient. That's what a chart is for. He's not going to ask you for
He's
your
not.
medical
He was
diagnosis.
confirming it. He was confirming it. He's like, do you want, we're doing this to treat your polycythemia vera. And he's explaining why we're doing what we're doing. That's it. He's just explaining why we're doing what we're doing. Every doctor I've ever had does that. They'd say, if you're going to have a surgery, here's why we're doing the surgery.
And to be
They're not
clear,
like,
they
"Fuck,
did
fuck,
not
fuck."
say cancer. To be clear.
No, that doctor said polycythemia vera. And I'm like, yes, I guess so, because I had not talked to my primary doctor yet. Then I made the video and I confirmed with my primary doctor that this is a form of cancer.
Hold on, wait. So you saw who gave you this? Who talked to you about polycythemia vera initially? Who was the first one that brought this up?
The sleep doctor.
Wait. So the sleep doctor
What?
diagnosed you and then
No,
recommended.
he did
Wait.
not diagnose me.
Wait.
It was already in the blood. So I fucking went to see a doctor. I got a checkup. He told me my red blood cell counts were up. They did another blood test. They put it in my chart. It just so happened that I see my sleep doctor next. It wasn't a phone call. It was a e-visit because it was more convenient to do this. This was during still COVID times, and I didn't like getting out of the fucking house. I'd been vaccinated, but again, they did e-visits more often than not than anyway, it was a fucking e-visit. And then he told me polycythemia vera. I didn't know what it was. I came in here. I fucking Googled it. I mean, I Googled it on my phone. I came in here and I made a video. It wasn't until I talked to my primary doctor that he said it is a form of cancer. So when I said I had to Google it, it's because the sleep doctor just happened to mention it. It would happen to be in my fucking medical chart. That's why I
Why
had
is
the
it? Wait.
referral.
Why? Wait. So how is it that your sleep doctor sees this in your chart And then your
I
primary
don't fucking
doctor.
know. I don't
wait,
fucking know.
And then your
This-
primary
this
doctor
how it happened.
confirms it. Wait, then why is it that today you're telling us that it's not confirmed?
That we
Yeah,
were
if the doctor was
treating
able to
it-
confirm it.
that
Yeah,
he's
both doctors have confirmed it. Why
he's
are you saying today you need
confirming-
another test?
He's confirming that we are treating the polycythemia vera. He is treating it as if it is polycythemia vera. He confirmed polycythemia is a form of cancer. We are fairly certain that you have it. There is a test that can confirm it, but you have the proper blood markers, so we're going to treat you as if you have it.
But
So you need to
there's
take this
multiple.
theory.
So we're on the what? 10th story now? I've completely lost count. But here's the story now. Breakdown for the audience here. So he goes and does an e-visit. Has a sleep study, I guess. Sleep doctor says... No, wait. No, let's back up. So, goes to the first doctor, they draw blood. They do 2 blood tests. Then, after the blood tests, without consulting Boogie over anything, immediately goes to the sleep doctor. Sleep doctor says, oh, I guess this is for the polycythemia vera that you have. Boogie just goes, yep, I guess so. Does the sleep study. Then goes back to the primary doctor. The primary doctor says nothing, I guess. It says zip zilch nada about cancer, but says polycythemia vera. And all of these visits, by the way, not in person. They're all computer visits. They're all either over the phone or over the internet. Other than, of course, the blood tests, I guess. You have to go and get your blood drawn. It'd be kind of weird if... be kind of weird if they did an e-visit for a blood draw. That's some interesting new technology I'm not aware of. Goes and does all this. And he heard, apparently, from all 3 of these doctors, polycythemia vera, all 3 times. None of them said it was cancer. None of them explained to them what it was. So he had to Google it himself, and Googling it himself, he found out, oh shit, it's a rare form of blood cancer. Runs to the internet, tells everybody he's got blood cancer, and that's where it starts. Okay. Holy shit. Oh, I accidentally muted myself. Brain broken on that. Brain absolutely broken.
There's 2 different stories that you keep saying. My doctor
What are they?
thought.
You know what, actually-
my doctor
wait,
thought
actually-
it was this, and then
You know
my
what?
doctor told me it was this.
If
Like,
you want to
which-
play, we could play doctor. Okay, I'll be irresponsible. Have you the last blood test that you took? Did they check your hormones for EPO? Is that listed anywhere on there?
No, we're just monitoring the red blood cell count right now.
Did
What
we
is-
talk about this yesterday? how that
Wait.
count was
When they
like,
wait, hold on, wait. When they're doing these blood tests, what are they looking for?
Red blood cell count. They're looking for an elevated hemocrat and hemoglobin. They're looking for elevated hemocrat and hemoglobin, which is it's elevated, and we're concerned to how elevated. So
But why would they
we're
not
making
check?
medication? Hold on, we're making medication choices, and we are making lifestyle choices to try to bring it down. And you know what? We've done a very good job. We have it down to just above high. It's the best it's been since I was diagnosed 2 years ago. Currently, I think in part because I'm losing weight, in part because I'm bringing down my blood sugar levels, because I'm eating better, because I'm exercising more, I'm sleeping better, I'm sleeping more, and we have the blood.
When you
thinner.
initially got diagnosed, what were your EPO levels at? What do they measure them at?
I don't know.
Do you have
I
a
just-
blood test or anything? They must have taken it at least
Again,
one
I'm
time.
not providing my medical charts. I'm never going to do that.
Then why
don't
talk
know
about
to
your
tell you.
medical diagnoses at all?
I don't want to be talking about it anymore. I talked about it
No.
2 years ago.
You don't want to be talking about it anymore because you got caught lying.
I'm just, man, even today, just today, I find new information that I didn't know.
Information there. I told you this too.
Well, here's something that Keemstar
What's
doesn't
new
know, right?
information?
Here's something that Keemstar doesn't know. Has any
What's the new
doctor that you've
information?
had ever used the word cancer? Your
Yes.
primary
Yes, I told you. I confirmed with my primary doctor after I talked to the sleep doctor. Yes, many times. Desi's been in the room when he said cancer.
Okay.
He said it in the last year.
If he said cancer, if he said cancer, why do you need a biopsy? If he already knows, what are you biopsying for? What's the point?
I'm the one who wanted the biopsy.
You can't just hold on. Do you pay cash? Wait. Do you pay cash? Do you pay cash for every single test?
There's a copay, so sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends.
Does your insurance company allow you to just request whatever random fuck test you want? Can you go in and say, actually, I want to do X-rays and MRIs today? I want to do a contrast scan.
I don't know. I get, as a man who's been in and out of hospitals for the last 15 years, I can tell you the way it works is you and your doctor discuss things. So if you want a specific medication that you saw advertised on television, you can say, hey, doc, do I qualify for fucking this penis pill or whatever it is? And then he can say, yes, maybe you do. And then they run it by the insurance if you qualify for it, if you have the conditions, right? So if I have a heart disease and I see a heart medication advertised on the television and I say, hey, doc, do I qualify for that heart medication? I think it might be good for me. And then you and your doctor make a decision together. And then we see what the insurance company has to say.
So you were just workshopping biopsies with your doctor, and
those
you were
are
like,
treatments. Those are treatments,
he
not
mentioned
tests.
it 2 years ago. He said that there is a bone marrow test that we can do to confirm, but it is invasive and expensive. It is extremely painful, and it's unnecessary because we're going to treat you anyway. We're going to do it anyway. So let's just treat the symptom because this cancer is kind of a joke cancer. And like I said in my video, it has a prognosis of 20 years.
If it's a joke cancer, wait, if it's a joke cancer,
I'm saying that.
Okay,
It has a prognosis of 20 years, which is what I said in my video. It has a prognosis of 20 years. I said if you,
why are you repeating the same thing? Stop filibustering. Stop filibustering. You just said the same thing like 5 times.
Let me finish the fucking sentence. Moderator, can I finish the fucking sentence?
Yes, go.
Like I said in the video, the prognosis is 20 years. So if you're going to get a cancer, this is the one to get. Hey, I haven't been out here saying I'm dying in the next year.
Repeating the same shit,
no,
dude.
You
Holy
have been
shit.
saying you're dying. You have been saying you're dying.
You were on
wait,
You're like, I'm fighting.
Everything that he's just said, all of these, again, it's because you're lying. So firstly...
Let me finish. Outside of this cancer, do you not understand I'm extremely unhealthy? Do you not understand that my heart is fucking enlarged after keeping an adult obese man alive for 50 years?
Yeah, but you're saying that cancer is going to kill you.
Let me fucking finish. Do you not understand that I have venous insufficiency in my legs? Do you not understand that I have the beginning stages of congestive heart failures and my hand and my feet are beginning to swell because my heart is giving the fuck out? And the polycythemia vera is one of the reasons that's happening. And I keep telling Keemstar at the rate I'm going right now, I'm in a very dangerous fucking place. I'm a 400-pound, 50-year-old man. That's goddamn rare. That's goddamn rare. And I'm extremely fucking sick, including the polycythemia vera. All of my problems have to do with my dying heart.
If this is a 20-year cancer, so easy and whatever, and it's not a big deal, you've got all this good prognosis. Why did your brother say it was a debilitating condition?
Because it is.
Number two,
because Google it is.
Number two,
it's fucking exhausting, man.
Number two,
it turns your blood to fucking syrup. My blood is fucking syrup right now. It's great. Exhausting. It's exhausting.
Number two, if it is cancer, why are lifestyle changes like losing weight helping? That would only help secondary polycythemia.
That's why because
exactly. That's right. You're just lying. You're just lying. You don't treat cancer with exercise.
You're the fucking Google expert. You're the fucking Google exercise. You're the fucking Google expert, right? Go ahead and fucking look it up on Wikipedia. The way you treat polycythemia vera, unless it turns into leukemia, which only happens very rarely, is you treat the symptom because there's nothing you can do. You can't pull the bone
now you say
out.
it happens rarely when you were like, eventually it'll turn into it.
Eventually it does. That's why it has a prognosis of 20 fucking years, because if you own a long enough timeline, eventually it will. That's
not eventually it will. It has a small chance of becoming that.
And once again, okay. So we're looping right back to the very first stream that this was ever called out, except for now we got some new information going into it, but it's basically just all the same. He is once again going back to the same exact story that we had before. And once more doing that whole ungodly, disrespectful thing of saying that, oh, well, this is the joke of cancers. It has a prognosis of 20 years, so it's just a fucking joke. The Animal Crossing of cancers, the tutorial level of cancers. And now we're running with the idea of, oh, not only is it the tutorial level of cancers, but because it's in my blood, I will eventually contract leukemia. It eventually just turns into leukemia, which it doesn't. It's a very rare chance. I think it's like less than 1% or less than 5% that this turns into leukemia. And so far, everything that he is admitting that he's being treated for, just like Destiny said, is how you treat polycythemia secondary, not PV, but just polycythemia secondary. So, what is the end goal? What's the point of lying about it? What's the point of constantly going back to the same thing that you've been disproven on over and over and over and over and over again? What is the fucking point, man? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And before my brain melts, I'm going to take another break. I got a little cute pupper here that needs to be taken for a walk, and I'm going to feed him. And then after I do that, we'll come back and hopefully wrap this shit up. All right, we are back. We're going to go ahead and get through this. Hopefully wrap up the last little bit in just a little bit. All right, let's hear more of this pseudo debate.
It's 5% at the end of 10 years.
The only way, Boogie, listen, the only way you're ever going to settle this, otherwise you're just going to argue forever.
Yes, I'm going to keep saying the truth forever.
Okay, but
I'm not going to
hear me
back down from the truth.
Damn, dude.
Don't interrupt me. I'm the moderator, bro. Listen, the only way you're ever going to be able to settle this is at some point you're going to have to release the medical records. You're
That's
going
never
to.
happened.
But
That's
you're
never
going
happened.
to. Because
It's never happened.
and
Fuck
look
you.
at everything
Fuck
that's
you.
happened because
Fuck
you haven't.
Fuck you.
Look at
Fuck
everything.
you. Fuck you.
You're already fired from the show. You're already gone. I don't care, Boogie. I'm telling you, man to man, that's the
It'll
only
never
way.
happen. It'll never happen. I said 2 years ago I won't, and I fucking won't today, and that's just fucking how it is. This is my goddamn medical records. This is my goddamn medical charts. The day Muda releases his on Twitter, and the day that Destiny releases his on Twitter, including all that shit that I don't want in there, then maybe I'll consider it. But I
Okay,
probably
wait, hold
won't
on,
in
wait.
there.
I'll do that right now.
When
I
did
just
we-
took an
wait,
STD
what?
test. I just did an STD test like 4 days ago. I can publish my results of that. Do
your
you want me to publish my
medical
blood?
records, your medical records, the whole fucking thing.
Boogie, nobody's
All
asking
that
you for
private
all of the,
information.
Nobody is asking
Yeah.
you for your entire medical record. What are
He
you
just
talking about?
did. He just did. He said medical records.
We asked
Okay,
for the
wait.
diagnosis on polycystic vera. That's
Let
it.
me
Wait,
be
wait, wait,
clear.
hold on,
Just
wait,
like-
wait, wait, wait.
Again,
Make Boogie acknowledge that he just told another lie.
What's
Who
the
here is
fucking
nobody
lie?
here is asking you for your entire medical
So
record
what did
history.
you just say? Release my medical records?
I did say medical records, but what I meant is just about this.
Obviously. Yeah, we
Just
all
about
know
this. Like, come on.
No, goddamn it! Listen, it'll go to Keemstar and Keemstar only, and I will get my doctor to write this up, and I will fucking send you the entire history of what we've been dealing with,
And I get to share with Muta, who hates your guts, who we know will not leak.
and you'll never get it. Fuck
He's not
that
going to
mother-
leak it.
I don't give a fuck.
Also, there's a
I don't give
problem
a
too
fuck.
here that
I
at this
just don't
point.
like them. You can share it with Destiny before you can share it with Muda.
So at this point,
Deal.
I love how he's like, he respects me more than you.
Now, this is... I think I actually seen a clip of this, and this is kind of what I wanted to get to and talk about. See, just a little bit ago, now I know that there's been like an hour, like I think it's like an hour and a half that's been cut from this because all the filler, like all the dead spots and meaningless shit has been taken completely out. I'm perfectly okay with that. However, just a few minutes ago from what we watched, Boogie said, "Oh, well, you know, your opinion, Destiny, is garbage. Your human garbage. Your opinion is garbage. Sugar, hush." Sorry, my cat's meowing. Anyways, said earlier, Destiny, your opinion's garbage. Your human garbage. I trust Muda's opinion more than yours. I value Muda's opinion more than yours. Now, just a couple of seconds ago, oh, I just don't like that guy. I would give my medical records over to Destiny before I give it to Muda. You can't even keep consistent of who you fucking like and not like. So obviously your own fucking opinion is garbage.
You're Destiny, but he respects
hates
you
you.
more to show you the medical info, bro.
At this point, too, unfortunately, to really confirm this, you would need a call with the doctor because you can't trust anything he shows you. Because remember, Boogie literally not only did Boogie,
why wouldn't that be why wouldn't that be a paid actor then? Right? You'll
Boogie
just
literally
say it's a paid actor.
said. That's a good point, actually. Maybe you should actually get like a copy of his medical license too, or visit him at the hospital. Boogie said that he was looking at a piece of paper. It says it on this piece of paper. That was a lie, number one.
Yep.
He called in his girlfriend, okay, or the child he's abducted. Okay, he brought her in and he said, "Look,
Fuck you.
okay, polycythemia."
I'm sorry, that's a hot take, but it's also very funny.
Hold on a second.
And he had
Hold
her
on a second,
confirm it,
Destiny.
and then he
Hold
had
on.
his
Hey,
brother,
Destiny,
and then
pause,
he had his
pause,
brother send
pause.
it in, and his brother confirmed it. So
Dustin-
there's no way that you can trust anything he says.
Fuck you. Listen to me, you piece of
ahead,
shit.
Boogie.
You refer to my 21-year-old girlfriend as a child again? Fuck you. She's a fucking adult. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm so sick of that shit. You know, Mudahar wouldn't even acknowledge she fucking existed at that party. She wanted to fucking meet him. What
Yeah,
the
because
fuck
she was.
did that girl ever
You
do?
know how blackout drunk she was. And by the way,
Oh, no, she
you were the one
remembers
guy
all of
who
it.
wanted
She
her to
remembers
take
all
more
of it.
fucking
She
shots.
remembers
And I
all
was
of
the
it,
one
by the
guy
way.
there. I'm like,
She remembers
maybe
all
it's
of
good that she doesn't get more drunk.
Yeah, that was a joke.
She was
That was a
fucking
joke.
black
That
out.
was a
That was a
joke.
joke. the only person, by the way.
That was actually a treatment for polycythemia vera, which he diagnosed her with at the party too. So that's why I can't drink more. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't acknowledge her. She was blackout fucking drunk, bro.
That's
Don't
true.
fucking. Why would you bring that up?
She remembers you not acknowledging your fucking existence.
but
she remembers it. She remembers.
So that right there is the reason why he doesn't like Muda, is because they met him once at a party and he didn't fucking acknowledge her existence. Oh my God, that's like you have admitted that you're an almost or are a 50-year-old man, and you are holding a grudge against someone over that like you're in fucking high school. Get the fuck over that shit.
Boogie.
And you know what else she fucking remembers? No, let me finish. You know what else she remembers?
God.
Sitting in the doctor's office. Oh, sorry. Setting during an
manipulation tactic coming. Stop.
What's
Okay.
manipulation?
Let me just say this.
Sat in the room where this man said cancer. She's been in the room.
We don't want to hear that anymore. Listen.
No,
when
wait,
Muta,
stop.
when Muta showed
wait,
up,
Boogie,
your
wait, or no,
girl
wait,
was
Keemstar. Hold on, Keemstar. He just lied again, right? You sat in a room and you said cancer. Wait, then why did you have to look it up? If he said cancer, why'd you have to go home and look it up and discover it?
2 years later, she wasn't here for the original diagnosis. She was here for an e-visit fucking 30 days ago, where we talked about it again.
So you've been treating cancer for 2 years and he's never said cancer?
He said it the whole fucking time. God, how fucking stupid are you? Are you stupid or being obtuse? I told you, the original doctor that told me about it did not say cancer. He said polycythemia vera. My secondary doctor did tell me it's polycythemia vera, which is a cancer, and we talked about it every fucking visit for 2 fucking years, including the one she sat in on.
I'm sorry, hold on. I could be misremembering because it's hard to keep track of Boogie's lies. Didn't Boogie say earlier that nobody had used the word cancer before?
Boogie did say that, but now he's changing it to initially they didn't say cancer, and I ran and made the video, but later I found out that my doctor told me it was cancer, right?
Which is what happened. Fucking happened, man.
Yeah, this is what he's saying.
I was confused.
Okay, when did you first learn it was cancer?
When I first thought that it
When
was
he
cancer,
Googled
fucking the moment he said it.
No, wait. When he said it or when he Googled it?
When he Googled
When he
it,
Googled
because the sleep doctor
only said polycythemia vera.
and he Googled it, and then he ran into the internet and made a video saying he had cancer.
Yes.
And his story is
Why
later.
did you Google, wait. Why did you Google it instead of asking the doctor about it?
I think I did. I think I was like, what does that mean?
And when you asked him, he didn't tell you that it was a blood cancer? He just
told me-
memed on you?
He did memed on me? What the fuck? He's a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor that would tell you you have fucking cancer. If you ask, what is this thing that's a blood cancer?
Number one, and this is very rude of me here. This doctor doesn't speak very good English. It's why I don't see him
my
anymore.
God. Really?
Was there Dr. Gupta?
No, I don't think it was an Indian accent.
Wait, hold on. He doesn't speak good English. His English is so bad that you couldn't understand what he was like telling you enough, but you could hear him enough to hear polycythemia vera and Google it.
I made
paper.
him repeat it because I'm like, I don't understand what that is. And he goes, well, this is your red blood cell count aside. Your red blood, we have to do this. The red blood cell count aside. Okay.
But he didn't tell you it was cancer. You asked him about it. He didn't tell you it was cancer.
No, it was my primary doctor that used the word cancer. It's my primary doctor.
Do you think it's possible he still has cancer?
It's possible, yeah, of course. It's even possible that he actually does have polycythemia vera. It's possible. But if he did have it, I think it would be just through sheer luck or stupidity because he's misrepresented so much of the story up to this point.
So what do you think I have? What's your best guess? What have they been?
You have
what have I spent the last 2 years treating?
Obesity.
Well, yeah, that is definitely one of the many things I have. Well, I can't understand that, but I'll
so
do it.
there's another word for secondary polycythemia. I don't know what it's called, but you've got a lot of red blood cells because you're taking testosterone, which causes an increase of red blood cells.
Yeah, I haven't taken that for over almost. We quit it for a year because we were afraid it was raising it. It wasn't. So after we found out that it wasn't changing anything, I went back on it. And I've been back on it now for 3-4 months.
You stopped it a year ago because it wasn't helping, but you said that the condition was improving.
We stopped it for a total of a year, and the numbers did not get much better. It did not go away.
When did you stop
So
it?
I went almost immediately, I guess. I think almost immediately. And then we were offered for a year, and then the numbers were not really changing very much. We didn't get down to like a safe level. So because the heart is a muscle, and testosterone helps your muscles heal themselves, and I have heart problems, he decided that it would be a good idea to go back on it. So I did.
I don't know. I'm sure you might have stopped it and started it to check for the red blood cell count, but I think that the exogenous hormones contribute to it. I think that the sleep apnea contributes to it, because when your blood is deoxygenated, your body will create more red blood cells.
I understand. But going to my sleep doctor, he said I probably don't even need a CPAP machine anymore since I've lost 200 pounds. But I still sleep with it just to be safe. And I'm also doing biphasic sleep. So I sleep in the bed for about 4 to 5 hours, sometimes 4 to 6. And then I do 2 or 3 hours of sitting in my chair because it's good for sleep apnea. You can't. It's really hard to snore when you're reclined. So they recommend sleeping in a recliner, which I do now. I've done so many things that is supposed to improve these symptoms. I do them. I take the medication.
Why would you, if you don't have sleep apnea, why would you use a CPAP machine?
Because I don't want to die, man. I don't want to fucking die, and so why not take an extra step?
Are you one of these? Can I ask you a question? Do you think you're one of these weirdos that goes to the doctors like constantly and constantly thinks you have illnesses when you don't have them and gets over tested for everything?
That's a hypochondriac, and no, I am certainly very ill.
I've seen you, and Muda can back me up here. You've been extremely suicidal, like extremely, for like years, like a couple years ago. Like every day you talked about it. You still went to doctor appointments. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like I always thought that was weird.
I will be as genuine with the suicide stuff as I can.
Oh dear.
It's been 5 years since I've...
Okay. Is he a hypochondriac? I don't know. I think that he definitely peddles himself like one, but I don't know if he is one. Uses a CPAP machine, but he doesn't need to use the CPAP machine, but he has sleep apnea, which is what a CPAP machine is for. Okay.
I've talked about it, and since I felt that way. But the reason I went through that is twofold. Number one, when somebody's suicidal and they're talking about being suicidal, most of the time they don't really want to die. The people that just want to die, put a bullet in their head. I know. It's happened. People I love. So when you're talking about suicide, you're just trying to find hope, man. Suicide happens, and you can Google this, suicide happens when pain outweighs hope. And I was in a tremendous amount of pain, and I was losing hope that it was going to get better. So I tried to figure it out, but I kept going to the doctor because I was hopeful. I was hopeful that things would get better. If I knew that I was going to live to this, I'd still choose it too, by the way. I'm so glad I'm still alive. I'm so glad I made the right choice. I'm so glad I fucking
Can we stop the cringe impassioned speeches? Like, you still lie about everything. You lie about literally every single part of your life.
Oh,
You're going to continue to lie about almost everything.
Everything I just said was a lie, right? I wasn't suicidal, and now I am suicidal because I said I wasn't suicidal, so that's a lie. Right?
Somebody clipped that and put inspirational music to it. That was actually...
No, I'm just saying there are probably people out there watching this right now who are struggling with suicidal impulses. And if you're one of them, fucking stick it out. That's all I'm trying to say.
You're not. Shut up. Oh my God. It's like, give me a fuck answer. Give me a fuck answer, guys. Give me a fuck suicide. My God. You were never suicidal. You love yourself way too much to ever kill yourself, okay? You're way too narcissistic. You would never be suicidal. You'd let the world burn to ashes around you before.
I don't agree with Destiny too often, but I actually agree with that. This dude definitely loves himself way too fucking much to actually end his own life. It's never gonna happen.
You even considered hurting yourself any more than... That was too mean, but no, yeah, like... Jesus.
Hey, here's the clip I saw.
I don't self-harm.
Whoa.
Okay, well, that was what my joke was going to be. I was saying any more than stuffing your mouth full with a cheeseburger. Like, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, if you want to say, yeah.
It is self-harm, motherfucker. That's why people like me do this. It is a form of self-harm, motherfucker. That's why we do it.
Right.
If you see
If you see a 400-pound man, if you see a 400-pound woman, guess what? They do it because they're self-harming, because there's something wrong in their fucking brains. I'm not talking about if you're a little bit fat like Muda carrying around an extra 20 pounds or whatever, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that eat themselves to fucking death. We do it because something's wrong, dipshit. It's a
I
form
think
of
what's happening, I
self-harm.
think you do it because the food tastes really good and exercise
No,
sucks.
and that's one of the worst parts about it. I don't even like the taste of food anymore.
Honestly, bro.
If you don't like
I
the
don't
taste
even
of food, why drink diet
Why do you
Mountain
miss
Dew
it?
instead of just drinking water?
Because it's a form of self-harm. Because I'm destroying
You
my
drink
body.
Diet Mountain. You go to the store. You spend money on a drink that you apparently don't like just to
Yes,
hurt yourself.
that
And
hurt-
you try-
yes,
You know, cutting
yes.
is way cheaper, right?
Thank
Like
you.
one razor blade will last you a lifetime.
I used to cut. I used to cut.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
like,
like it. And you're
Jesus Christ.
encouraging people to cut? Go
Oh
f
my
yourself.
God.
I used
Bro,
to
what are we
cut.
talking
I
about
used
right
to
now?
cut.
I can't
don't
taste
know.
anything,
You're
but I drink
encouraging people to
aspartame
cut.
soft
You're
drinks.
encouraging people to cut their
Jesus
fucking arms.
Christ.
Last I fucking heard, the guy who laughed at fucking Donald Trump's assassination attempt is telling people to cut their fucking arms. Go f yourself.
I'm just saying that it would be a lot
I'm just
cheaper
saying
than
cut
wasting money on
yourself. I'm just
Diet
saying cut
Dr.
yourself.
Mountain
I'm
Dew,
just saying
whatever the
you should
fuck.
Your fucking arms open. Oh, you want to see that? Hold on. Okay, I'll do it.
Once again, we're getting back to the deflection, going back to the comments on Donald Trump and the Trump rally and the firefighter and all that. We get it. It was a bad take. It was bad shit to say. It has nothing to do with the current situation. And now I guess he's going to go grab a knife. So let's see what happens.
Give me 30 seconds.
No.
Holy, the
Whoa,
next
what is he
era of
doing?
Boogie
Don't-
self-harm.
Oh, God.
No, he's waiting for you to tell him to stop. That's what he's doing. He's waiting.
Well, I'm falling for it. You better not do nothing fucking stupid.
right.
I can't
Well, the
believe
only
we
thing-
discovered in this stream that he literally fucking Googled it. No one said the word cancer before he rushed and made that video. I
Yeah.
cannot
That's what
believe
everybody
it.
already knew.
Dude, like he was
Everybody knew.
excited as f- he was like he comes home, he's like, you know that episode of South Park where like Cartman's like, I've got golden ticket. He's like, I've got this cancer, bro.
Yeah, he
Now
blurted
I
out the knife.
can make tons of views and I can
Yeah.
fucking
But
Like,
do
hold
not do
on,
anything with that
Googling
knife.
it.
No,
We
no,
don't think-
no,
Hold on.
no.
No, he wants me to.
No,
He told me
no,
to, right?
No,
He told me to.
no, no,
He told me
no,
to.
no.
Oh, this is so much better than eating a
Put that away
sandwich.
right now.
So much better than eating a sandwich,
Put
Destiny.
that away right now.
Piece of shit.
Okay, okay, all right, all right.
Oh my
No.
God.
No, 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 fucking no, no. God, what the? No. In conclusion, Boogie is fired from Lolcowlive. He will no longer be a host. I know I'm gonna get for ending that, but you know I have to, right? I hope everyone understands. Like I can't have that on YouTube like that. I have to end the stream. I have to.
Yep.
I can't even believe that. No, I just no. I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to end this.
We'll just see you next time. Just do that. Do that. See you next time.
As soon as I have an update for everyone, I will give it to you on Twitter. I guess I'm gonna make phone calls, and I'm just kind of lost. I'm like really emotionally drained. Like I like literally had like a lot of sympathy for Boogie, and then I keep finding more lies, and it's just not. It's not good.
It's not worth it.
This fucking sucks. This is so bad. You know, it's supposed to be like entertainment and haha, look at Boogie, go nuts, and this is a whole different thing, and it's not
And
cool
he did go nuts. So.
at all. I don't fucking know, guys.
Boogie has never been held accountable in his life and wants to be a victim. This is why he's 500 pounds. If he moved his feet as much as his mouth, he wouldn't be in this situation.
I fully agree with that too. I don't see how you cannot say that. Good Lord, man. So, in conclusion, Boogie got fired. Hooray for Keemstar for doing the right thing. It just goes to show that the more you talk to Boogie about this particular thing, the more he's going to lie about it because he doesn't know. I don't think he even knows how to tell the truth at this point. I don't think that there is a capability. At some point during that stream, he said something that I wholeheartedly believe is true. I don't think that maybe we did, but in this stream, especially in the 2-hour version before it was edited for YouTube and all that, he said something along the lines of, I'm trying to be sympathetic, but maybe I don't know how to show it. Like, he doesn't know how to show sympathy. He doesn't know how to show empathy, that sort of thing. And I think that that is 110% true. I don't think he knows what sympathy is, or even how to be sympathetic. Boogie, in and of himself, is I think he goes beyond narcissist. I think it's more of I don't want to say that he's got a God complex, because he doesn't. At least not any classical signs of a God complex. But I think he has something of a superiority complex, especially whenever it comes to himself. I can almost guarantee you, he values himself over anyone and everyone else. The only reason that I think he gets upset at Muda, for example, bringing up his girlfriend. Oh, my girlfriend was a big fan of yours, and we went to a party, and you didn't even acknowledge her existence. And from that point on, he just suddenly doesn't like him because, Muda didn't acknowledge his fucking girlfriend, which is so high school, middle school-esque as far as pettiness is concerned. If someone doesn't acknowledge your girlfriend or significant other or whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they didn't acknowledge them. If you're the big YouTuber, if you're the big famous guy, and someone doesn't acknowledge your girlfriend, significant other, whatever you have, what what obligation does anybody have to acknowledge them? That would be about like if you saw a big movie star out in public. Let's say, what movie star do I want to try to... Let's say it's Leonardo DiCaprio, or someone who's been actually in the legal system and whatnot. Let's say Johnny Depp, right? Let's say Johnny Depp is walking around in public with whoever his new main squeeze is, and I don't care who they are, but just for example, let's say he's walking around with whoever his new girlfriend is, and he goes to a party, and at the party there's another movie star. Let's say let's put Leo back in there. Let's say he goes to a party and Leonardo DiCaprio is there, or better yet, let's use someone he's actually had interactions with at parties. Let's say he goes to a party and Marilyn Manson's there, and Marilyn Manson talks to Johnny Depp, up, down, all around, acknowledges his presence, but doesn't acknowledge the girlfriend that's with him. Would it make sense for Johnny Depp to then take out $2 million and try to launch a smear campaign against Leonardo DiCaprio but against Marilyn Manson because he didn't acknowledge his fucking girlfriend? That wouldn't make sense. If you're the famous YouTuber here, it doesn't matter, like what Keemstar said. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter that you don't make that much content anymore. You have over 1 million subscribers. At least 1 million people know who you are. If they see you out in public, they're going to acknowledge you, not the person next to you. It is just so... It's so beyond petty, but at this point, especially with how Boogie has been, it's not surprising at all. Like, there is nothing about that there's nothing about that that's surprising. The only thing I think that surprises me at this point, especially for this particular stream, was him whipping out his fucking belly and saying, "Oh, well, this is a form of self-harm right here. I'm 400 pounds and I keep eating. I'm hurting myself." And then to turn around and say, "Oh, food doesn't even taste good to me anymore. I just eat to eat because it hurts." No. No. Sorry, no. You eat because you enjoy eating. You drink Mountain Dew because you enjoy Mountain Dew. Doesn't matter if it's diet or not. You lie about all of this shit because you can't stand the fact that you have 1 million subscribers, you had over $250,000, and you basically had everything that you needed to have as far as your life was concerned. That wasn't enough. That was not enough. You still needed the attention, you still needed the sympathy, because that's the way narcissism works. It's never enough, no matter what you get. The entire world could be giving you all the sympathy that you want, and it wouldn't be enough. The entire population of the earth could be sympathetic and giving you money. You would need a second earth. The first earth wouldn't be enough. You'd need a second earth. That's the way narcissism is. You are a extreme narcissist. Not just a major narcissist, not even a secret narcissist. You are a 100% major, just a complete major narcissist. You don't like Muda because he didn't acknowledge your girlfriend. You know why you didn't? You know why you don't like him because of that? It's not because it hurt your girlfriend's feelings. It was because it happened to your girlfriend. That's the main key thing right there, is your girlfriend. Humanoid fucking garbage. That is all this. That's all Boogie is. It's all the Boogerman is. He's just a gigantic pile of. He's a gigantic pile of human-shaped shit. That is all he is. I am so glad. I am so glad that I fell off the fucking Boogie wagon a long time ago. I am so glad that I was able to have within my own wherewithal to pull away from this dude and all of his content. Like, whenever I had seen around the bin, around the chain on Twitter that he was fucking rich, I felt nothing about it. I don't care if he was rich or not. And then I will not lie to you, a little bit of a grin crawled across my face whenever I saw that he lost all of it. The thing is that grin that I had was just the initial thought of that happening. Oh, I'm rich, now I'm poor. Oh, I'm rich, I lost it all. Like, for me, that happening to him did make me get a little bit of a, oh, well, that's justifiable right there. It's what you needed to happen to you. But then I remembered, as we have been constantly reminded of now, this dude is just nothing but a lying scumfuck, and that's all he'll ever be. He lies about everything. If it gives him any sort of sympathy, he will lie about it. I am surprised at this point that Boogie is not pretending to be a fucking amputee. He is the kind of person that you would see that currently exists, is very prevalent. I think it's over in India or in the Middle East. It's one of the two. But they have a really bad epidemic of people who are pretending to be amputees. They will sit out on boards and they'll cut their clothes and tie them up, and they'll sit on their knees and act like, oh, I'm a legless person, I stepped on a mine, or whatever the case is. And then just as soon as someone's like, hey, we think you're faking, let's see if you're actually missing your legs, they'll fight and tooth and claw, try to get away. But then whenever they finally are able to see, you'll see them get up with their new magical grown legs, I guess, and run off. Because, you know, they wanted that sympathy money. That's exactly the kind of person Boogie is, and I'm surprised that he doesn't pretend to be an amputee. I am heavily surprised. Because we don't see him from the waist down. He stands up. And in most of his videos, you basically see him from, you know, the top mid of his bulbous gut up. So he could pretend that he doesn't have legs, but the only problem is that Boogie is too enamored with food and drink that he has to get up and move to get food and drink, that he wouldn't be able to pretend to be an amputee. And that's what limits him there. So what's the next best thing? Pretend to have cancer. Yeah, no. This dude, Boogie, is just a piece of fucking human garbage. And I will continue to say that no matter what. I don't trust anything that he says. I don't trust anything that he does. I don't trust him to give to anybody anything. He claims that whenever he gets this test, he's going to send it to Keemstar alone, but that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because Keemstar needs other witnesses to cooperate, just so no one says that, hey, you're just pulling the boss maneuver. Because that's why he would want to do that, to cover his fucking ass. But no, Boogie doesn't give a shit about that. Because Boogie has never cared about anyone but himself. It's the main reason why he fucking drug his girlfriend into that documentary and basically trauma bombed all over her, making her cry in front of fucking millions of people that are going to be watching it later. He didn't give a fucking shit about her, and he doesn't. He gives more of a shit about his fucking roommate. What's his name? Chad? He gives more of a shit about him, and it's sad. What can you do? What can you do? But good news is that we got through the stream. We were finally able to watch it all without any sort of technical difficulties this time. That's absolutely wonderful. And I don't know. I'm at a loss for words whenever it comes to what else could ever be said about this whole thing. I mean, everything that could be said has already been said. There's really nothing else to go on. Dude, I'm mentally broken, I guess. Like, everything that I have ever thought about Boogerman is essentially correct. Other than the initial thoughts I had about him. The initial thoughts that I have about him, I think, is probably the same that, unfortunately, Keemstar still has, which is this dude's mentally ill. I sympathize with how he is and how his brain works, and blah, 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 blah. But in the end, it just doesn't matter. Because he thrives. Absolutely 100% thrives off people who feel that way. Those people who are constantly sympathetic to him, constantly helping fund his life because they feel bad for him. That's what he hopes for every single day. I guarantee you that Boogie doesn't go to bed every night praying to God about this whole cancer thing. I bet he goes to bed every night praying to whatever God will listen to him, that tomorrow he's going to wake up, He's going to check his bank account, and there's going to be like another $250,000 donated to him, and it's going to say under it in the little tag, "Sorry about your cancer. I feel bad for you." That's all he ever wants. It's all he's ever wanted. And it's very, very obvious. So, last thoughts about all this. Fuck Boogie. I hope that the next time that I look at YouTube in the next day or so, I'm hoping that the next thing that I read is that Boogie is just losing everything. I have no more sympathy for the dude. I have no more empathy for him. I hope the cancer thing is false. I hope that he does go out and do the whole cancer thing and it comes back negative. You know, he's going to say, "Oh, I hope and I pray that I do have cancer." No, I hope you don't. Not because I care about your health or anything like that, because honestly I don't. I just hope you don't, because frankly, it would make you getting caught and all of the lies that you have peddled for the last 2 years at just all that more sweeter. That's what it would do. I absolutely can't stand people like that. There's a lot of things in this world you can lie about. You can lie about history that can't be corroborated, like family history. You can lie about things that you've done, especially if they're particular events that other people weren't there to witness. You can lie about achievements in video games. Something that I'm sure Boogie has probably done. You can lie about a lot of things. But one thing that you honestly should never lie about is something as serious as the Big C. You should never lie about that. It would be the equivalent of going back in time whenever, like, stonings and stuff were happening all the time, public executions and capital punishment and whatnot in public. That would be about like watching someone get flogged to death, like whipped to death. And then you going up to the family of the person that got whipped to death and go, "Oh, well, I know that your brother got whipped to death today, but if it makes you feel any better, I stubbed my toe. And that stubbing of my toe really hurt. And that pain in my toe resonated with the pain that you're going through now of watching someone be flogged to death. And I really think that the pain that we share should be completely overlooked, and you should focus on my stubbed toe because I'm here now." That's how fucking Boogie would manipulate that bullshit. The stubbed toe made me emotionally and mentally hurt. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And I'm in so much pain. Scum fuckery, dude. Alright. Well, it's over now. Any more developments happen, I, of course, will be back to talk about them. For now, though, I think this is just going to be the end of it. I appreciate anybody who comes by later and watches this. It's kind of fun making it. It was fun listening to Boogie get his rolls rocked over this stuff. It was very entertaining, especially there like the last 20 minutes. Yeah, glad he's fired. I'm glad that he's finally getting the comeuppance that he definitely deserves. And I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all continue to enjoy. And whether it be morning, afternoon, or night, I hope you all are having a wonderful any one of those. And I will hopefully see you all again very soon. Maybe with a different topic. Who knows? Either way,